What's up, gamers? Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. everyone who is in chat and viewing already. In chat, I see Big PP Masters, Mary Puffy Poppins, rather, David Wonder, Mikey K, Wario, I see Silver Sturgeon, Vadi, Derpy Noob, Meeps. What's up, everybody? Hope you're all doing well. I am not doing too bad myself. Hey, Ski. No, I wasn't like, it's not, so as far as like the whole like stream sniping thing goes, it's like, I don't know, it's not, it wasn't particular to one incident or one game or even one particular stream. We'll get into that later. But tonight we are going to be doing some ranked ladder, and that is going to probably take us to Master 1. I think I am at Master 2 with like 5 wins left. 5 wins left. Here we go. I have a win streak too. That's nice. We are going to be playing some Math Mac, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. We're also gonna be talking. I'm gonna start with games, I think, but we'll definitely talk about the ban list too. I've also got a video dropping tomorrow, and of course, I've been talking about it online with people and on Twitter. But my Math Mac list right now is like super. I don't know about super standard, but I don't know. I wanted to try without the Gachiri, because like I'm always saying that like the more, I guess, textbook or like by the books builds tend to be more consistently good. And I'm wondering if like the issues that I'm having with Math Mech in tournaments is that like I just open weird hands with like Gachiri. Because like especially when I was playing 2 Gachiri, I'd have hands where like, you know, if you're playing Almirage, like a hand trap plus Gachiri is like technically plays, but it's like not like the best. So namely, I think I had Parallel Exceed in my last build too, but Math Mech needs nerf too many Omni Negates. Well, fortunately, one of those Omni Negates is getting limited diameter. So they actually are fixing exactly what you want. Now, I think circular is what needs to go to 1, but diameter is in fact what is going to end up going to 1 here. So let's go ahead and pop our Math Mech list in here. Did you mostly use Math Mech to climb ladder this season? I mean, pretty much every season I use a variety of decks just because I'm like recording stuff for the channel, right? But if I wasn't recording something, it was usually Math Mech. And then I also recorded Math Mech too. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good deck. Speaking of pretty good, well, pretty good hand. It's actually an exceptional hand. Dare I say custom, even. We'll find out. Alright, that works too. Good talk. I don't know why people do that. What were they even on? What were you on? What were you playing that you snap conceded to reveal circular without seeing anything else at all? Lab? You were on lab? Maybe? I don't know. If you don't want to go second, though, why do you play Yu-Gi-Oh? Especially at Master 2. It's weird. Thank you for the victory. Kind of big on YouTube. Well, we did literally just start. So, you know. The number will get bigger over time. So it goes. This hand's good. Defensor Extender. Bell, and triple attack. Yeah, I like this hand a lot. Decks you've been seeing a lot? I don't know, actually. What have I been seeing a lot? I feel like I've been seeing a variety of stuff, honestly. You know what I haven't been seeing a lot is Purley. Not that I don't think it's out there. I think I'm just not matching up against it a lot. I also don't play a lot of ladder, especially since I started streaming. Like, I actually almost played ladder the other night and last night. Two different times I like almost got on ladder and I was like, oh yeah, wait, I'm right at Master 2. I want to hit Master 1 when I'm on stream, so, you know. I actually see a fair bit of cash on ladder, yeah. But again, I don't know, it's like, 1, I don't play a lot of ladder. 2, I don't think there's like any amount of ladder any one person could play that would be like, oh yes, this one person has like the definitive take on what is in the meta right now. Like, That's why sites like Master Duel meta are important. You need to be looking at a lot more figures than just your own. Your sample, it's like, I always have this saying, like, your sample size is always too small. Whatever your personal sample size is, it's literally always too small. I don't care how many games you play. You need to be paying attention to, like, what everybody is doing, you know? You can't just be, like, that's, like, a very common fallacy I see when people talk about, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! In general, is like, oh, well, I see stun all the time. And it's like, well, you know, that doesn't mean that stun is everywhere. You could just be unlucky. Variants, etc. What am I doing here? I need to, I can't search circular anymore, which is awkward. I can still set up terahertz. Can I set up terahertz and singularity? If I go into link decoder, then transcode, splash mage, singularity, send. No, I can't. I don't have a normal summon, do I? No, I normal summon defensor. So I guess I could just, I could even make terahertz and just not, but that's so bad. Just make terahertz and nothing else. I'm one body short of being able to singularity terahertz here. What if I went like link decoder, transcode, link decoder, splash mage? Oh, but I have dotscaper in hand, so I can't do that either. I can't. That's really awkward. If dotscaper was still in the deck, I could go terahertz heat soul here. I think I have to just end on terahertz because I have dotscaper in hand. That's really unlucky. So I don't use link decoder here because I don't need it, and I could potentially use it on a future turn. That sounds weird, but fine, I guess. This is really awkward. Yeah, we'll do it this way. Mathvac is most popular at 13%, but is it tier 1? Kind of weird. This is one of those metas where the net, like, the line between tier 1 and 2 is so blurred right now. It's just one of those metas. Hey, spellbinding. Yeah, we're going into terahertz. This looks mid, and it is, but it's still multiple negates, and we have a ghost spell in hand. I think people just want to be nerds. I mean, we do play Yu-Gi-Oh, you know. Prelude is legit tier 1 or tier 0. It's nuts people want to play Vanquish or Cash. Yeah, I like never see, what's it called? Pearly. Hanzo. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Ooh, Aggregator's, I think, pretty good against Ninja. It's not hard to negate continuous spell and trap cards pretty effectively with it. What does this do again? Choose a Ninja monster. Once per turn, you can banish. Target one card. If you'll destroy it. This card simple. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, it's fine. Cash is still good. It is good. Cash is a good deck. I think Cash is, like... I think it's tier 2. I don't think it's tier 3. I think it's, like, probably mid tier 2. Maybe lower tier 2. But definitely tier 2. If you control blah, 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 especially, yeah. Yeah, I know. The Joe Biden. I hate that card. I'm not a fan of that card at all. I think it's worse than Era. I think flipping down monsters that you can never flip up again is way worse than zone locking. Figure Shell's been going kind of crazy, not gonna lie. Ooh, what does this do? Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. We'll chain this. And what do I gotta send? Sigma, I guess? Does this do anything else? No. Okay. I'll send Sigma. Yes, yes. Yes, that's the best thing to send here. It is very... Well, it's not even the flipping down. It's the fact that you can't flip it up. It's not even... It doesn't even say you can't flip it up until the end of your next turn or something like that. It literally just says you can't do it. Can't do it. Can't flip it up. Not happening. It's just like, why? That's so stupid. Unless fusion summoning. Yeah, you gotta fuse, you gotta tribute them. That's like it. You gotta like fuse or tribute them. And, you know, go figure, a lot of decks can't do that. Or if you do, it's like a very suboptimal play. You think Master Duel will ever allow plugins for it, like Winter Hearthstone? You can view decks in currently other cool info. They do have plugins. There's a tapped out.info thing for Master Duel. I think it ends up being unnecessary for Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot of the time because, oh shit, we can negate that. Let's do it. I think it ends up being unnecessary for Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot of the time because, like, you're going in your deck so much anyway that, like, keeping track of what's in it is kind of something you already have to do. And I mean, I guess that does make it easier, but like, at the same time, it's also not something you really need to do. Like, I don't need to necessarily see every single card in my deck. I usually just need to know, like, or just remember, or look through my graveyard and figure out, okay, wait, what targets do I have left? And, like, I don't know. Whereas in, like, Hearthstone, especially where games are longer in a game like Hearthstone, like, knowing what's in your deck and knowing what outs you can top deck matters, like, way, way, way more than Yu-Gi-Oh! Nexus to mods is a few things too, but it's mostly graphical tweaks, like 95% lewd card reskins. That sounds about right. Rise Heart is absurd. Nah. It's whatever. It's fine. It's funny because, like, people will call a Rise Heart, it's like, they're like, it's macro plus Trident, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. That doesn't sound, it's not that, I don't think it's that bad. I think if a Rise Heart had an inherent protection effect, like, that would be pretty bad, like, but it doesn't, so I think it's mostly fine. It's pretty easy to out a lot of the time, especially if you're playing triple attack, because it'll always proc your triple attack. Literally will always proc your triple attack. Do I need to imperm this before I do anything? When your opponent activates card effect, quick affecting special summon, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we should probably end up doing that, right? We'll force it now, otherwise they can bite and blast me, so let's do that. Fenrir is literally an out to a Rise Heart as well as Imperm. Yeah, Fenrir, Imperm, Triple Attack, and Thrust. There's a lot of cards that can out a Rise Heart. The fact that it procs, the fact that its attaching effect is mandatory ends up being a pretty big weakness, I think. Are they debating if they want to use it here? I think you would always want to, unless you plan on fusion summoning another one of these later, which I think this one can fusion summon, right? No. Match history with the current opponent, in a more ranked position, your win, lose, draw, track, can be refreshed if you want to, shows the difference in points between your opponent every step. I mean, Master Duel has it's got this, which is like, pretty much that. Match history, we have access to. I mean, I will say this. I will speak a praise to Master Duel. It already incorporates a lot of these things that the deck like, even the fact that we get in-game usage and win rate statistics is like, that's phenomenal. Hearthstone has had a third-party app, HS Replay, that's done that forever. But, like, we actually have it in the game. Like, you can view your match history in the game. Replays, what other digital card game actually lets you save replays? Do you know how helpful that is for content creation, by the way? Oh my god. It's like, I can just play whenever I want and then, like, record when I need to. It's so nice. I think in that respect, Konami took a lot of lessons from other, like, digital TCGs. And, like, yeah, I think they did a pretty good job, again, in that respect. We don't want to give Konami too much praise, but they do things right sometimes. We especially don't want to give them too much praise after today. Oh my god. It's a very much a 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of thing with the ban list here. We've had, like, solid ban lists recently even. Okay, what do I need to do here? Have a what was the other monster they set from deck? It was Mitsu. It's another Mitsu? No. Or is it Tobari? No, they special Tobari. I guess I'm figuring out if I need a triple attack right now. I don't think I need to, necessarily. But pros and cons to activating triple attack. I can draw 2 right now, have more information. I don't think I need to take anything. I don't care about my opponent's hand. I guess I'm mainly figuring out if I need to take something. I think I just draw 2 here. I think this is actually a draw 2 scenario with triple tech. Which is uncommon, but not necessarily rare. They have quick fusion online with green. Oh, green is the one that quick fusions. Wait, is it? Oh, no, this is the one that quick fusions. During your opponent's main or battle phase, yeah, you're right. Although we got really good draws here. So, I think I'm actually glad I did that. I'll start with Signet Mining. I knew one of them did quick fusions. I just forgot which one it was. Tobari. A. Because we don't need that much to like start popping off here, and we have a lot of just good stuff. Okay, here's the fusion. I guess they... Oh, I see. They're setting up the... They're setting up Biden. That's so funny. They're setting him up to come down on Dotscaper and Circular. I get it, I get it. I understand what you're after here. It's too bad you have to use Lingaribo with the defense. Wait, have we used Lingaribo? We have, haven't we? Yeah, we have. Okay. Oh, they can do it with Green Ninja, too. They don't even have to use the Biden yet. Okay, but I can special Circular, then they'll probably chain to that. And then I can normal Defensor. Is this gonna work? Hang on. Well, they might not chain to this, actually. Be a problem if they didn't. Although they probably won't. Yeah, I think I'm screwed here. Yeah, because I'm gonna normal summon this, and then they're gonna activate this, and they're gonna summon Biden, and they're gonna flip these down. I'm gonna concede. That's what's gonna happen. Signet Mining hit was unnecessary. I actually think that one was like, okay, hang on, wait, we get to play Yu-Gi-Oh? Oh shit. Yeah, that was a mistake, opponent. Let's summon Jigon Crystal Heart. They have a counter trap? Wait a second. Oh no, I've just already used the... Right. I already used Guardian. I actually forgot about that. This isn't as in the bag as I thought it was, but... Oh, we did activate Circular, didn't we? This is fine. I can bring back Firewall Guardian. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good one. There we go. There's the Biden. Biden. So stupid. That's good. Signet was fine because I think I think it was a hit to, not Mathmech, I think it was a hit to Cyber decks in general, which I think that's fine. I think it's fine for Signet Mining to go to 2 to minorly consistently hit Cyber decks in general, because Cyberse as a whole definitely benefited from this new support quite a bit. What can I still make here? Can I make Singularity? I don't like do anything though. Well, no. I do have 2 bounces per turn. Wait a second, that's pretty good. Or I could battle. Or I could do both. Wait, I could battle. I'm gonna do it this way. Okay, actually I'm gonna take out EU. I don't remember what is where. I only have 20 seconds. What does this do? Target okay, whatever. Yeah, bounce this. Sure. Oh, or return one from hand or graveyard, whatever. Pod desires to 2. That's also fine, I think. I think it's fine for the pot of cards to get hit. Okay. Yes. This one. Yes. This one. Cool. Alright. We're not dead. Yay, not dead. Ooh, no, I should have. Oh, I should have negated that. What was I doing? I panicked because I had 6 seconds left. If you bounce any of the 3 monsters above it. Then we can bring Transco back on our opponent's turn. I definitely had to get rid of the fusion. Wait, we did. Was the Biden was pointing to it? We have to send the monster to the graveyard. Hang on. Monster is destroyed by battle or sent to the graveyard. Fine. Yep, this is fine. Activates the monster effect to face down, change face down. Okay. No. I don't remember what this is, but if they want to flip it up, I'm going to say no. I don't know. I don't really... Yeah, I was going to say, they have to have something down there. Do you buy / play in Yu-Gi-Oh! IRL? Nah, it's too expensive. Alright, well, can Ninja beat over a 4,500? Oh, wait, I get to summon something, that's right. Yeah, transcode. What's up? Helix Cube? Alright, can ninjas beat over our monsters? I actually don't know the answer to that question. It might be no. It might actually be no. Oh, they can attack directly, right? Because I have face down monsters? That's right. Banlist is like an early Christmas present. It's so funny. It is. If by funny you mean it's a joke, then I am definitely inclined to agree with you. Yeah, it feels like the first banlist in the sense that it's like out of touch and pretty clearly dances around not hitting URs. Yeah, Fusion Ninja lets them attack directly. Rip. All because we have face down monsters. All because that stupid... I swear to God, that Joe Biden card... that Joe Biden card, I tell you what. You're a Fusion Ninja? Oh my God. No, the Fusion one is fine. I mean, it's also fine for an archetype like Ninja to have a card like Geo Biden. What is that card actually? It's actually called Geo. The Gravity Ninja. That's what its real name is. Yeah, I mean, it's fine for Ninja to have a card like that. I think it's like a little strong. Like, obviously there's a lot of archetypes where having the ability to turn a card face down and have it not be flipped up would be a problem, but... it's all good. hand's not bad. Let's see what they do. I'm holding my toggle to off here because I don't want them to know I have Ash Blossom, and I don't want to Ash to Prosperity. I think just about anything that plays Prosperity is going to have a better Ash target. Like, oh my god, if this is Lab, and they, like, go all in with, like, the furniture and Ku Klux to try to activate a Welcome, and you can Ash it, oh my god, it's so good. And a lot of Lab players will have the false confidence to do that. They banished 3? That's interesting. A lot of Lab players will have... Oh, it's a Math Mech, okay. Yeah, a lot of Lab players will have, like, the false confidence to do a play like that after they see nothing respond to their Prosperity. Did they add Parallel Exceed? Okay. Activate Sunnet Mining. Normal Summon Subtraction. Okay, that's fine too. Oh, Almirage / Lingaribo. Oh no, we're gonna go, okay, for addition. Alright, we're definitely gonna Ash the Alimbertion here. Oh my god, if they go for Alimbertion here, that's actually really, really good. Because they can't make a Link one with it. Please overlay, please overlay. Oh my god, overlay. That would be so good for us. Yes! Yes! Beautiful. I know. I know. No anti-Ash. No anti-Ash card. Please. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Woo! That's good. Oh, that was a perfectly timed Ash Blossom. Because now we know they have Parallel Exceed and 2 unknowns. Okay, yeah, they have to do it this way. They have to sack this off and bring something back to go to Almirage and then make Parallel Exceed. We love to see that Ash Blossom resolve there. Whew, that was good. Been getting my goose cooked by Ghost Trick Pearly lately off 1 Pearly engine and 5 non-engine. They made double 6 Matt Nor and still had nibbed and called by. That's pretty disgusting. That variant is really, really good going first, but I feel like it's not as good going second. I feel like somebody told me that today. Hexbot told me that today. I think that was who said it on the Discord. Because I don't know that much about Pearly. I, like, never played that deck. Pearly's one of those decks that, like, I don't hate it, but as far as playing it goes, I don't know, playing against it's whatever, I don't really care. I don't hate Pearly, it's just, like, there are so many other decks I would rather play that I just don't ever get around to it, really. So this is a Terahertz. It might be a Terahertz plus Heat Soul, too. Actually, it is. Well, if they play Dotscaper... If Dotscaper's in deck and the Heat Soul's an extra, then they can go Terahertz plus Heat Soul here. That's fine, though. It's like 1 Terahertz against this. Seems pretty good. This hand's actually stupid. What the hell? I just realized how good this hand is. Runic Russell's my jimmies. Yeah, I mean, I think it's of course fine to dislike a deck. Found did not have to go to 1, though. That's an awful hit. That is such a blatant Konami, hey, please stop playing this deck and buy a new one move on their part. That's one of the reasons I'm so upset about it, and this ban list as a whole. It's like, Konami was doing so well with ban lists, but this one is like the most blatantly greedy since the first one, really. Konami wants card diversity? No, they want you to buy the new packs. Especially, no, I mean, we lose deck diversity in the meta by Runic as an engine going away. Because Runic supports Naturia Runic, Runic for Hire, Sprite Runic. It does, of course, support Runic Stun. But there are, like, tons of Runic variants out there, Plunder Runic, that are, like, good and, frankly, valid in their own right. So, oh my god, this hand is insane. Right on time, Maxi. They do have the D-Save Worm for the triple attack, but I'm pretty sure that just does not matter at all here. I wanted to see how people run it at 1. They don't. I'm pretty sure people just stopped playing that deck. Also, Runic isn't even good after upcoming releases anyway. Do you know how hard SP Little Knight kills that deck? especially with Fountain at 1, like... And I don't know, it's like, you know, people are like, oh, it's fine if it's fine if your one field spell gets banished and you can't play in the game. I think that's fair. It's like, no, that's not fair at all. You would not say that about literally any other deck. Like, I don't know, it's when people like try to speak, like, I don't know, people, it's like an irk of mine, not just in Yu-Gi-Oh, but in life, when people try to take their subjective opinion and act like, no, this is the objective truth, and it's like, no, no, no. Those are two different things. We need to differentiate. People say that about Found, but they get mad at EEV. Oh, you know what? Is Laplacian actually good here? No, it's not. It's not bad, but there's no reason to do it either. I mean... Actually, that's really good here. I think... Because we can just get rid of the Terahertz. Yeah, we'll just do it this way. We have so much extension in hand, and then this will also put Sigma in the yard without putting a Link monster in the field. It's because Runic's toxic, with like a million quotes around it. Yeah, exactly. It's toxic, Reed. I dislike this deck, so it should be banned. You know, it's like, by the reverse side of it, right? Like, I love... Hang on. Do I actually want this to get negated? Do I care if this sends something? I kind of think I... They said aggregator and negate the Laplacian anyway. Then they might send something not as bad. What are they going to send that's worse than an aggregator to negate the Laplacian? Dotscaper to summon, I can chain Maxi. This resolves. Exactly, ban the floodgates. But by the reverse of it, right? Separating subjective from objective. I love MathMech. I am a MathMech main. In that regard, I am subjectively glad that Circular is still at 3. They did send Dotscaper. I'm glad I didn't negate that. However, I can also objectively say at the same time, yeah, I don't know what the hell they were doing. They definitely should have just hit Circular. Why is that card not at 1? It's like, you know what I mean? Yeah, people just like have a hard time separating the two a lot of the time. Again, I find that's a life thing. That's not even just a Yu-Gi-Oh thing. That is a human life thing. Cool, we won this game. I didn't think we were going to. Was this the same duel where we, No, that was the last game I was thinking of. Okay. Against Ninja. Would it be in preparation for future packs, the ban list? Yes, but also no. How do I say this? No from a gameplay standpoint, yes from a financial standpoint. Because, hey, Optimus Crime. I love your name, oh my god. Oh, Simple Simon 84, I missed your follow 14 minutes ago. I'm sorry about that. Thank you for following as well. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, like, they are hitting Runic Fountain not because Runic makes a future deck really good, but because Runic is not used in future decks. And the reason you would want to hit it in that case is to get people to stop playing Runic and build a future deck, i.e. spend gems / packs, read money on it. So, and that sounds like really conspiracy brained, but like I think we all know that like that's just how Konami operates. Like, that's why Runic Fountain's going to 1 now. That's why it's going to 1 now. I mean, it's part of the reason, but it's one of the main reasons. The other main reason is that they use Duelist Cup data to help determine the ban list, but I think this is a generally pretty bad practice. Duelist Cup metas are not representative of what the actual meta of the game is like, because decks are valued differently in a Duelist Cup due to the time constraints of having to get as many games in as possible in 72 hours. Generator Runic. Exactly, that's how they make people play new decks in the TCG too. Alright. Let's add the circular. Yep, there we go. Konami or the Mr. Krabs. I literally said that to somebody. I literally said that to somebody earlier today. Like, so Konami, why was it, actually, what do I send here? Hang on a second. I gotta not meme for a moment. I need to send Diameter because I have Addition in hand. Sending Sigma does nothing here because we're always gonna have something in the link zone. And I need to set up the Diameter and Yard for the super factorial here. So Konami, why did you hit Diameter, as well as Runic Fountain, and what was the other one? Oh, Stovey Torby. It's like, money! Exactly. Alright, we add that. We did send Diameter, right? Yes, just want to double check. Okay, cool. Now we can, like... now we can end on Singularity plus... What's it called? The other one. Terahertz. That one. There we go. Alright. So do you still use Singularity? I do still use Singularity. Singularity is very optional, though. But I like it. I like being more varied in my disruption. That's the reason I like it. Because some people ask, why don't you play Microcoder Signet Conflict? Part of the reason is, one, I don't like playing those cards in my main deck. Signet Conflict is not good outside of turn 1 if you go first. So it's already kind of situational in that regard. But also, I prefer ending on Singularity because I would rather end on 2 bounces. God damn, this is a good hand. Actually, this is an okay hand. I would rather end on 2 bounces than another negate, which we already have 3 of, and a couple of draws. Which, I mean, they're comparable. I'm not saying 2 bounces is always better, but again, I prefer diversity of responses. Like, I like having bounces and negates. To be fair, the draws could potentially get you another disruption, but like that's again leaving things up to chance. So, but one of the things that makes MathMech so good is that you can play so many different engines and disruption, and like you can play almost any combination of them too, right? Like, even though I don't play any of these cards, I think, for example, a MathMech build that was on the Spirit Monsters, Microcoder, and Signet Conflict is still completely valid, and actually still also probably just a tier 1 deck alongside, you know, whatever build I'm playing. That's, again, I think one of the great strengths of MathMech. This is not the right time to use Imperm. You should be using it on... Well, I guess you can't really use it on Burschen here, to be fair. That's actually not a bad Imperm. It's not like the... There's not really... To be fair, yeah, there wasn't... I don't know if there was a much better opportunity to use Imperm. Maybe on like Splash Mage or something? I don't know. Okay, what am I doing here? I'm making Alimbertion, of course, but am I using Sigma now? I am, because I need it in the graveyard, so I need to overlay it with Diameter now. It's a very bad Imperm. It's a little questionable. I can see why they did it. I understand the mentality of why you would want to Imperm there. I don't necessarily agree with it, but it is understandable, if nothing else. Okay. What's the best Imperm there? Okay, let's think about how the rest of the turn plays out if Imperm doesn't resolve, right? So we have Diameter, Circular, Sigma that got brought back. We go Boom, Boom, Alimbertion. Alimbertion adds, like, Addition or something or whatever. An Extender so we can still have 3 names in the yard. We summon Sigma. I don't know. Maybe, like, Transcode might not be a bad one. Splash Mage? Not Splash Mage. I think it would be Transcode, probably. Like, but even then you can still... I mean, that definitely stops me from doing the full combo. But I guess it also depends if you think I'm gonna be on the Heat Soul Signet Conflict line, or if you think I'm gonna go into Singularity. The minority of people are on Singularity. I think it's like 28 or like 30%. So it's around 30%. I think it's actually 28. according to Master Duel meta, but... So, I wouldn't fault somebody for assuming I was not on Singularity. I would assume the average Mathmech opponent is probably not on Singularity. But also would not be surprised if they end up being on it, etc., etc. Math, statistics. Who's been enjoying Super Mario RPG? I haven't picked it up yet. It's so hard for me to have time for games that aren't Yu-Gi-Oh! So this is an interesting hand. It's all gas. We'll have to see. I mean, it's really going to depend on how our opponent opens and what we top deck, if we're able to play through this or not. Your copy's still in shipping? Damn. I'm not gonna lie, Helix, that's the exact reason why I either digital download or buy games in person. I only ever do those two. I've experienced your pain, and I'm not gonna do it again. But I almost never buy games in person, because, like, I don't know. I don't go to GameStop. When was the last time I walked inside of a GameStop? I couldn't even tell you off the top of my head. I only buy Switch games physical because of the box art. That's valid. The box art's always pretty good. I usually digital download because I'm impatient, honestly. When was the last time I walked into a GameStop? That's a great... Hang on. I have to really think about this. It was definitely before COVID. I've definitely not been inside of a GameStop since COVID. God, when would it have been? Jesus, I'm like thinking back. I'm taking back the years from COVID, and I'm like, I don't think I went into one in 20. I can't think of a situation when I would have gone into one in 2019. Well, I mean, I don't know. I could have been at a mall or something, but I don't know. The few times I'm somewhere like a mall, I don't usually wander into. Usually, if I'm at somewhere like a mall, I'm there for like a reason. I don't usually like. I don't know. I'm not usually the type to just like wander into store, especially not a GameStop. I'll tell you that. I might wander into a different store, but definitely not into a GameStop. In fact, I do actually remember a time since COVID that I've been inside a mall, seen a GameStop and been like, no, I'm good. I dueled you before you were using Sword Soul? Oh, right on. Criticizing Amazon? We can always do that. Oh, your comment didn't show up on screen, the one criticizing Amazon. I see, I see. Excuse me. When I was younger, I'd wander into game shops. Oh, no. Okay, here's the thing. Wandering into a GameStop, like, 10 years ago is so different from wandering into a GameStop today, or even within the last, like, 5 years. Like, GameStop was already like a shell of what a video game company should be, and somehow it's now even a shell of what it used to be. They are on Singularity, wow. Used to read strategy guys after school at GameStop back in the day. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, that's awesome. I loved the little like glass case they would have full of Game Boy Advance games. And sometimes you'd see a pretty good one that was only like 10 bucks, like the used ones. And it was like 10 bucks, and you'd be like, oh! You know, like I'd root around in my backpack and be like, oh my god, I have $10. I can get this Mega Man Battle Network too. So good. England, we have a shop just called Game. It's called Game and nothing else. It's just called Game. It's like if you open a fast food joint and called it Burger. That's so fucking, that's funny. Game. So stupid. Oh, that's good. That's funny. Alright, wow. They ended on the board plus. Also, right on time, Ash Blossom. Well, alright. Activate Circular, why not? Let's do it. You still have Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow at the Game Boy Color? Oh, God, I'm so envious. I had to, speaking of GameStop, God, GameStop is why I don't own a game collection from like when I was a kid anymore, because, you know, if I wanted a new game, I usually had to sell the games I had to get a new one. Oh, GameStop. Ripping off children since, I don't know, whatever they were founded. Oh, they, wait, what? Did they call by or something? Oh, whatever. Alright, oh, I should have chain blocked the other way. Oh, I did chain block the right way. Yeah. Okay, what if I just summon Laplacian again? Shit, that's a really good idea. Oh, they're gonna flip up Super Fact, though. Oh, they're gonna bounce? Okay. Oh, I should have Signet Mining earlier to force them to desave Worm. They would have had one less bounce here. That was the play. Wait, you don't bounce Sigma? That's a mistake. This would get banished. Alright. Let's force the D-save Worm. Yeah, it turns out they don't want to banish Sigma. Okay, sure. Oh, they're gonna Ash Blossom? Okay. That's fine. Wait, what? That's fine. Well, you don't know my hand. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I would Ash Blossom, yeah. For some reason, I was like, why would you Ash Blossom that? I don't have any spell and trap cards in hand. Well, to be fair, you only have one unknown. I don't know, I might have D-saved one. It's like, because like the Ash Blossom can be used to stop like a Super Fact or something. I don't know. They're not a Super Fact in Alimbertian, but they have Super Fact. Which is really annoying, because I would love to just go into Lingaribo and then go into plays, but I can't. I'm just gonna lose here. Rip! Sure. That Super Factorial is just gonna be too much, no matter how poorly they play it. Yeah, I was thinking that earlier. I was like, there are so many instances where you should have used Super Factorial, but yeah, we're just gonna lose to it here. Like when Circular hit the board, honestly, but whatever. Sometimes they just want it more. What can you do? This music is so catchy. What do you do under Max C? Cry mostly. Super Factorial is so damn broken. Nah, it's not really any better than Revolt. It's kind of the combination of everything. Like, just the, hang on a second. Like, just the diameter negate and the Laplacian rip and all that stuff, you know. Bagooska. Math deck, best deck after ban list. I don't even know if it's the best deck right now. This format is very, like... It's like I was talking about earlier. Tiers 1 and 2 have a very blurred line right now. We're actually in a very diverse meta, honestly. Will they banish off Small World? I wasn't paying attention. It was Borger. Borger and Madlove. I see. Mathmech is normally an FTK. No. You don't win on your first turn. Also, Mathmech is like if you're referring to the turn 1 line being enough to win on its own, that's also hardly the case. I don't know about hardly. I shouldn't have said it that way, but like, it's not like an auto win. That's what I mean. That's hardly the case, that it being an auto win. Oh, I really wanted to draw something to punish my opponent here. I guess I still could because they're still... Oh, no, they're adding. Okay. Oops, all normal summons. I know, right? At least we have Small World. Well, they have Ash Blossom. I guess they're just gonna let us know that. And they have the Dust Devil, too. Okay. So they have one unknown. And it's a face down. Got it. Right on time, Ash Blossom. Actually, you know what? You are right on time. I always forget they can add on my turn, too. Do they have anything in their yard? No? Okay, this is actually a really good Ash... Okay, you know what? You know what? I joked, but this is actually a really good Ash Blossom. Tick Boo! 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 God, I hate this card. I just drew 2 Desires off Desires. You won't have to worry about that much longer. They did. That was a spite chain. You're absolutely right. They absolutely chained that to upset me. You're 100% correct. Is there a point to continuing to play right now? Can I actually out this card? Pretty sure the answer is no. But... Yeah... Pretty sure the answer is just no. Okay. Good game. Quote, unquote. You surprised that card hasn't been hit? Well, card has 2 letters in the upper left corner that stop it from getting hit. U and R. I know, the fact that that card is also at 2 is such a flavor fail. Cookie puts Cosmic Cyclone in. I do use the she pronouns. And also, Cosmic Cyclone is an awful card. Don't ever play it. It's a terrible card. Even when Runic was at the height of its power, it was not correct to play Cosmic Cyclone. That card is garbage. It's awful. D-Berry EV to hit Stovey Torby. Okay, even beyond hitting Stovey Torby, like, really you didn't hit Ariana? Like, I feel like Ariana is the one that should have gone to 2. Cyclone is only good against spell traps with graveyard to banish effects. It's not even like... I just don't think it's a good card. Like, let me clarify a little bit. It's not a good card in best of 1. In a best of 1 format, Cosmic Cyclone should never ever be in your deck. There's no reason for it. Being a side deck card against very specific matchups, yeah, totally fine. But in best of 1, Master Duel, Ladder? No. No. It's a garbage card. Terrible card. Oh, their hand's bad if they're doing this line? Oh, I wasn't even paying attention. I'm like not even paying attention. This is also why I don't stream during tournaments, because I'm usually as, if not more, focused on chat than I am on the actual game, but... I play Lab and let's be real, Coup Clock should be at 1. Is it Coup Clock or is it, I actually don't know what the hit to Lab is. They've normal summoned, okay, good. Gamma Driver, Safer at Ash, Chaos Space. Okay. Just crafted a Royal Ariana today. Yeah, if they were going to semi-limit 1 card from Lab, I don't know why it wasn't... oh, they took Gamma. Interesting. I don't know why it wasn't Ariana. That doesn't make any sense to me. They also didn't activate Wyver Burster. Oh, they didn't activate Wyver Burster. I didn't notice. So the other one is in hand. They took Gamma and discarded it. That's why you should play 2 Collapse Serpent. I said that in my Dragon Link video. I don't know why you would ever only play 1 Collapse Serpent. That seems like a huge miss. What are they doing? They sent Saranir? Question mark? What are they doing? 2 letters, SR? Whatever. Like, I don't think a card being an SR is, like... I don't think that's comparable. Like, to me, a card is either a UR or not. Like, I don't think a card being an SR is really relevant as far as, like, being a costly material or that being a relevant factor for Konami. SRs don't matter exactly. A card is either UR or not. SRs only matter for exactly determining what cannot be played in an R format. That is the main reason to denote if a card is SR, in my opinion. Well, SRs can be royal, too. There's that. Card is either UR and there's no in between. Are you testing post-banless build? No, no. I'm going to wait till after the MCS to test post-banless build. I usually do start post-banless build as soon as it gets announced, but because there's a tournament in between, the pre-banless build will still matter for that. So, but after that, then, yeah, post-banless, because then it doesn't matter anymore. I don't know about everybody. Does anybody else, like, view the ban list that way? Like, to me, when it comes to ranked ladder, as soon as the ban list is announced, it's like, you might as well just start testing that build. Like, what's kind of the point to continuing to play the pre-ban list build, you know? Also, new MathMech video, when, again. Wish the ban list was in effect the moment it's announced. I don't know about the moment, but, I mean... I actually completely understand where you're coming from. I don't agree. I agree, but I don't. Like, subjectively, I agree. Like, that would... Whoa! Shirens? Hold on. Our opponent is on a way different deck than I thought. This explains their lines a little bit more. With the Shirens? Okay. I think they're gonna Fusion Summon. Interesting. You do need to give people time to prepare, is what I'm getting at. Like, I agree, like, I'm at a point where I can prepare at a moment's notice, but that is not true for everybody. As far as, like, what cards they have access to, and how quickly they can get materials, and prepare for a new format, so... Now, I wish Konami would take that same thought process and apply it to set announcements, because they announce booster packs, like, 3 days before it comes out. And that seriously fucks with, 1, me as a content creator and trying to plan videos, as well as 2, when there's like a tournament, like God forbid, and this has happened with the MCS, actually this season and last, where there was like a huge release, like literally days before the tournament. It's like, cool, we have literally 0 time to prepare now. Thanks, Konami. Already testing Dragundi with 2 Tempest. Hell yeah. Well, wait, how? Not in Master Duel, surely, because I'm not able to have it yet, unless you're in like a unlimited duel room, I guess, yeah. Opponent has bamboozled me more times than I can count. Literally a perfect example of don't let them know your next move. Are they gonna, like... Did they just seals pass with a whole bunch of extra steps? Oh no, they can still keep going, okay. They have kick close stuff. Okay, they can make a roll close, looks like? They're hand dripping with Levy too. That's actually fine. Yeah, that's actually 100% fine. It kind of doesn't matter what they take unless it's called by. Well, we know they won't have Nib now. That's good. That's actually very good to know. It's actually pretty unlikely they have Ash Blossom. Well, I don't know about pretty. It's relatively unlikely they have Ash Blossom. Seals Rollcalos Pass? Question mark? Imagine you took someone 2018 to 5 years down the line as you go for with Trident at 3 and nobody really cares. I didn't play Yu-Gi-Oh! In 2018, so I actually don't really have a frame of reference for that. But, like, I don't know. Obviously, I played before then. I actually quit literally, like, right before Zodiacs were even announced. I quit maybe a few months before that set came out. And I feel like I dodged a huge bullet. I got out of Yu-Gi-Oh! I feel like at the exact right time. Like, Zodiac, like, well, really, the reason I quit Yu-Gi-Oh! Was because of Master Rule 4. I was just like, no, they hit call by, damn it. I was like, actually, they'll probably be fine, honestly, in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, when Master Rule 4 was announced, I was like, well, that's fucking stupid. I really like Synchro Summoning and Fusion and Exceeding. And now I can't do those unless I link. Fuck that. Quit right before Totally and Paleo. No, Frog, that was your time to shine! Oh, they have IP as well? Okay. And now it's like the 5th best deck to make him. Well, okay, to be fair, that's because stuff is banned. If Zodiac had all their stuff, they wouldn't be the 5th best Zodiac. They made a rule you had to link. Oh, people, that's right. There are people who don't know about Master Rule 4. Yes, when link summoning. Okay, you know how for Pendulum Monsters, right? Pendulum Monsters, when you Pendulum summon from the extra deck, you know how they can only go in the extra zone or wherever a link monster points? Yeah, that used to be true of Fusion, Synchro, and Exceeds as well. That's what Master Rule 4 was. And it sucked. It was awful. I mean, I didn't play it because it seemed like garbage. And I was like, well, that seems pretty dumb. Master Rule 4 Troll Despair. Exactly. Wait, they linked with IP? What are they doing? What are they doing right now? What is my opponent doing? They had an IP and they linked it away for Triple Burst? Okay, they're going for Borderland. Okay. Okay. Oh, they have Magnified. Okay, you know what? This was not bad. Although, I don't know, is Seal's Rolkalos better than an Omni Negate? I guess it depends on the matchup. I mean, we're probably going to lose this board. But it kind of seems like, it kind of feels like they did Dragon Link, but with more steps, honestly. Shout out to Traffic Ghost, yep. If you've ever wondered why Traffic Ghost was a UR, it's because it was a Master Rule 4 superstar that now doesn't do anything. Yeah, we're gonna lose pretty hard here, I think. Actually, hang on a second. We might not. Okay. It's fine. How the fuck did Borderland get on the field? They made Triple Burst with IP and something else. Rocket Tracer. Oh, they're gonna summon Druid Swarm? Does that do anything here? What do they search with Magnum Hut? Druid Swarm. Okay, so there's something. Oh, there's something Ball Drake. Ugh. Maybe. They might be. No, Tracer? Okay, whatever. Let's start with Small World. You can look at this. I have already normal summoned. So I need to take one of these two. Look at my Cyber Monsters. Look at it! Alright, Sigma. Turn 2 player starts with 6 and doesn't draw. That's interesting. Oh, Crimson Frenzy, thank you so much. I do have a coaching tier on Patreon, and a Patreon in general. I even have a bot for it. Exclamation point Patreon. What? I don't. Never mind. JK. Oof, that's an oof. But it's patreon.com/TechSelects. I really don't have that set up in Nightbot. That's a shame. I lied. I lied to you all. I'm a streamer and I lied to you. Oh wait, hang on. Oh well, I am committed to it now. Yeah, this is gonna get negated. And we're gonna lose. I mean, we're gonna lose. Whatever. Oh, they can pop the Druid Swarm. Oh, wait. Yeah, because they already used Borland, right? No, they haven't used Borland yet. Oh, but they have their zones full, so they have to do it this way. Oh, but wait a second. Hold on. But I've already normal summoned. Let me take this anyway. Druid Swarm, pop. We're so close! We're so close! We're so close! Oh, you have no idea. We're so close to actually being able to come back here. This is so infuriating! Ah! Okay. The pile deck plays horrendously. They win anyway, yeah. If only we had double summon. If only, if only. Let's see what we've got here. How's the climb been? It's average. Just been going back and forth. We started at Master 2 with 5 wins left, and that's where we are right now. Maxi resolves. We have an Imperm as well. Hand's not bad. It's Runic! One last hurrah. Oh. Oh. Goes in match. Alright, I lost all sympathy for my opponent. Hang on. Let me think about this for a moment. Hang on. Let me think about this. I need a way to climb into access code using only darks. Defender into Ling gets the Firewall Guardian. Oh, but we don't have like a 2 or 3 even to climb into. That's pretty awkward. Can we get there? Oh, but we need to go in there with the same attribute all the way, don't we? Yeah, I think dark is the thing we're most likely to be able to commit to. Oh, we could maybe try earth. Oh, we don't have enough earths. What am I saying? Not at all. I'm not even close. Okay. Let me... Oh my god, I need to think about this. Because here's the thing. I kind of don't want to give up Imperm or Ghost Spell with either of these two. I could sign up my Discard Small World. I'm actually kind of thinking about doing that right now. That sounds kind of weird, but... I don't know. That doesn't seem that good, honestly. Ah, this is so awkward. Okay, you know what? I think I am going to... Yeah, I'm going to do it. I really want to keep both Ghost Spell and Imperm. Maybe I could have discarded Imperm, honestly. Oh, wait, hang on. We have Dotscaper. Does that let us climb using Earths only? No, because we don't have a Link one that's Earth. Ugh, okay. Circular is light. I don't think anything in our extra deck is light. Nope, not a single card. That's good. Yeah, we have to do it with dark and no other attribute. And we can't. We don't even have their dark monster. Damn. Do we need to be playing an out to floodgates? No, we don't. We have Improm. What am I saying? We add circular here anyway. Okay, here's what we do. I have an idea. What you got? What you got? I'm not going to do that yet. I'm actually going to battle because I think 1200 is the most amount of damage I'm actually going to do this turn. However, that doesn't mean I'm not going to summon anymore this turn. Because now, we move to main phase 2. Gotta get in that chip damage. Could very easily matter, especially in a matchup like this. Lingaribo. Alright, Defensor F. Maxi, completely fine. This was the last special summon I was gonna do anyway. Firewall Guardian can go here. Oh, Link Decoder. I was like, I can summon something? Right, Link Decoder. Alright. Let's go Upstart Goblin. They have a Runic Spell in hand. Oh, it might be Destruction. Well, no, I feel like you want to snap Destruction here. This is fine. Lingaribo, it's like annoying, but it's whatever. And Smiting Storm, okay. Let's see what it is to be banished. I'm gonna lose 5 cards here. Okay. Okay, that's fine. And this is why we did not give up Ghost Spell. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I want to do. Climbing into Decoder right now doesn't do anything, so we'll just pass. Okay. I like having the Guardian with 2000 defense, because if they are on a stun deck, they can't summon anything that can actually battle into this either. I mean, they're not incentivized to summon anyway. I feel like if you know, see me set a card directly across from your Gozen, you can probably figure it out what it is, but maybe not. We'll see. Set 1 monster. That was a misplay. That was a misplay. I can do plays now. That was a misplay. I can do plays now. Ooh, ooh, that's a good draw. Yeah, get over there. Alright. We may not have the equation left in our deck, and we did top super factorial, but we still have a normal summon, so. Oh, even better. You know what? No, we don't Laplacian here. Wait. We specialed Sigma already, so we can link off Firewall Guardian for Link Decoder, and then it comes back, and then we can Laplacian. Actually, boom, Laplacian, link those off for Splash Mage. This is fine. There's a guy on their field because they set one for some reason. I mean, well, we still have Allen version in deck, right? Yeah, okay, so we can still use Super Effect. It was Sphere mode. It's funny. We can definitely get rid of Ghost in here. Do I have anything in my yard? Not really. Perfect. But I have to get rid of Link Decoder now. That's fine. I mean, we knew we were gonna have to do that. That's fine. It's not optimal, but it is what it is. Actually, we could... Well, we're gonna bring back Splash Mage, though. That's right. Doesn't really matter, does it? No. I guess we make Heat Soul here? Oh, we could make access code. No, we can't. We don't have a transcode in the yard. We could make transcode and bring back Lingaribo. We could make access code anyway and pop Runic Fountain. Let's do that. Let's do it that way. This works out. Cool. Good talk. Woo, that was a good one. I'm saving that. That was really... Oh, I've reached the maximum. I can actually get rid of saves. I think I can get rid of every save I have. I can definitely get rid of these, because this video came out today. Okay, I'll just get rid of that one for now. Throwing! As soon as I saw a monster on there, as soon as... Okay, I had two thoughts when they said a monster in rapid succession. I thought, fuck, they didn't summon a monster, I can't imperm. But then immediately after, I was like, wait a second. I can just battle. I can just flip it up. Hang on. What was asked? Pendulum monsters count as monsters if they're in the scale for raisins of... I have no idea. Mostly because I don't know what how raisins effect is worded at all. Okay, let's hop into this game. Wonder what they're on. You know what? This is such an obvious setup. I feel like they could be bluffing here on a totally different deck. Either that or this is like eager Jimmy Math Meg being like, wow, let me put on my Singularity sleeves and boot up my Cybers field for my Math Mech deck. Hex, how much do you pay them to... Shh. Shh, don't say things like that. Shh. No, I'm kidding. Were you trying out the Math Mech hits? No, not until after the MCS. It's not really... I don't know. There's not like a whole lot to try out, to be fair as well. I mean, that's not necessarily true. It's probably just... I'd have to, like, rebuild the list. That's the thing, too. Like, I've had a lot of people already ask me, like, what do you take out? Or what do you put in when you take out Signet Mining and Diameter? And it's like, I don't build decks that way. I should have put Allen version... I don't think it matters, actually. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it actually doesn't matter. We'll see. Let me think for a second. Decoder, transcode, decoder, splash mage, singularity, equation, brings something back, LM, sack. Yeah, we can do the full combo line. Just trying to make sure equation was a good enough extender here. It is. I should know that off the top of my head. Well, you always want to, I don't know. Sometimes I find I misplay because I assume I know the combo line, and I do, but circumstances have changed for whatever reason due to a disrupt or the way that I opened, that I have to figure out a different way, and I didn't realize it, so it's like, yeah. Always helps to, always pays, rather, to, like, fully play out the combo line before you actually commit to it. Alright, now we Singularity. Could even throw Singularity over here. Alright. Boom. Boom. This goes here. And terahertz with you, and you. Alright. Put Ghost Bay of the Haunted Mansion for the mirror. I actually do play one. I play one Ghost Spell in this deck right now. I like it. It's good in general. Like, it's definitely not bad in general. It's useful in a lot of different matchups. Max Seer instantly resolves. No disruption at all. Or no Ash Blossom, at least. That's good to know. Let's see what they're on. Let's see what they got. Hikari, I'm glad I put Singularity over here. I literally thought to myself, I should do this in case they are on, what's it called? Ignister. And they are. Granted, Ignister can play around this zone being occupied, but they have to, like, play around it. Like, they have to go out of their way to do it. And it requires your opponent to have extra knowledge. That's actually not a bad, like, just general way to play, or, like, tactic. Forcing your opponent into more difficult lines forces them, like, even if you're thinking to yourself, like, oh, my opponent, if they know this, like, very specific line can out this board, make them know the line, make them do that play, because sometimes they might not. Force them to have the knowledge, do a knowledge check on them. Also, we're not negating anything here, because I'm waiting until they activate the field spell to Super Factorial. And nothing they've done so far needs to be negated anyway. Nope, it's gonna resolve. And now we Super Fact. I don't know why I click these in such a specific order. They're all gonna get clicked anyway. Call by? Nope, good. I mean, we have the D-Save Worm, but I'd rather save the D-Save Worm. Save the D-Save Worm. Max value Laplation. We love to see it. You don't always try to go for this. I don't always try to go for the max 3 hits on the Laplation, but if you're against Ignister, then you can definitely get the field spell before they can, like, do plays with it. Whew, that red jelly bean was not a bad hit. They have the I Meet You, but now we have to force them to use it to add that. And even if they activate the island effect to banish the set and then flip up, that's actually completely fine. Would they send? Sigma? Okay. Have they normal summoned? They have normal summoned. Okay. I'm thinking about bouncing here. I'm thinking about bouncing with Singularity here. No, I'll wait till the, we wait till the Sigma hits the field. Because they're just going to add Equation anyway, and they won't have any Math Effect monsters in the yard. Noted, I can now deal with the meta menace of Ignister. You laugh. You laugh. Literally, the only reason this deck is not tiered is because it's too hard to play. That's literally the only reason. I'm not exaggerating. Like, if if more people, if it was common knowledge how to play Ignister, the deck would be bare minimum tier 3. I think it would be tier 2. Playing Ignister, period, requires passing the knowledge check, honestly. Why is that name? Is it's harder than Lab? Yes. Because, like, even for somebody like me, who tends to learn easier from decks that have combo lines, Ignister has so many different combo lines that are so specific to the exact situation. Like, also knowing how to pivot between them can often be, like, very difficult. Surprise that card? Which card? You watching replays? We're watching replays tonight, yeah. Is a reward in there? It should be in there if it's not. Yeah, addition's fine. What'd they add? With I Meet You? They added Gachiri? Okay, that's fine. Mm-hmm. Actually... No. No, you can't have Gachiri. I changed my mind. Oh, what did that card come up? Made to order Mermaid Outfit Outfitter? It's a fun name. I like it. What's in their hand? They have Gachiri. Okay, they have Idol Reborn. I can go spell that. Oh, and then Circular. That's the other card we know. I think we might know more than that. Gachiri they can't use. Circular they can't use. And I think maybe Unknowns. I think they really want me to use this D-save for him. Nope, that resolves. Alright, now we're going to do this. Send Aggregator. Aggregator F. And we negate this. Haha, no field spell. Haha! Haha, you can't use your field spell. No, okay, now I'm just being obnoxious. Cool. Good talk. We just do that during the battle phase. Well, no, it'll be negated. Any monster effects activated by your opponent. JK, it won't be. Bounce. Nah, we're good. Beep. Easy. Easy. Why are they still here? They just wanted to play it out, I guess. Good on them. Dailies, yeah, there's that. Could be any number of things. Ooh, thanks for that posture check. I was goblin moding in that one. Excuse me. Good Hex, no BM. No, it was more... the only reason I didn't really play more cards is because, like, there wasn't anything realistically they could have. This is an interesting hand. I'm going to start with Defensor, I think. Yeah. Yes, I'm going to start with Defensor. I was trying to think for a second if there was any reason to not start with Defensor. I think the answer is no. Mostly because it would mean giving up Ash Blossom. But it kind of seems like they might not have anything. We'll see. They could still have Imperm. They could be hiding it. Ah, it's Nib. They have Nib. Okay, good to know. Yeah, you can try to hide it now, but I already saw it. You have Nib. I know what you have. I know your game. Nage. Alright, so given that we know they have Nibiru, how should we play this out? Oh, it's Droll? Oh, okay. That's fine. Wait, I can't see that in the log. I went to go look in the log to see when they got priority last, but you obviously can't see that. No, I think they still have Nib, because they got past priority after I, like, summoned Firewall Guardian. They still have a Nibiru. I'm very confident they still have a Nibiru. So, if that's the case, then I think we should still probably... We've already normal summoned. I think we had another response that was a first roll. Yeah, definitely. I almost wonder if we should circular send... Sigma. Bait end turn. No, then they just take it. What are you talking about? They just if I have Nibiru here, my opponent says end turn. I'm just like, okay, click. Like, yeah, no, we're not doing that just yet. It's a funny thought though. Like, yeah, we could just send Sigma off of circular because we're not gonna get to super. Well, we can potentially super factorial though. Is the thing. Then I would have want to have summoned... This is actually a conundrum here. Alright, I'm going to activate this. And I think I am going to send a Sigma. Because we... Yeah. I think this is best. You mother... Yeah, there it is. That actually came so much closer than I... Or so much sooner than I thought it would, rather. Yeah, this is actually 100% fine. I'm trying to think. Because we can... Oh, but we've already made Alan Bershin, is the thing. So our Sigma's gonna get banished. But that's fine. I don't think we can set up Superfact plays anyway here. So, we special Sigma... Well, let's activate Small World first to make sure this resolves. Perfect. Okay, I don't think they have anything anymore. Yeah, because I want either addition or subtraction, so I have to banish Dotscaper here. Oh, I could take Parallel Exceed too. That's even better. Wait a second. Yeah, that's even better. Okay. Oh, so I could have... Oh, whatever, it's fine. Alright, so we add Parallel Exceed, we bring back Sigma, link off Sigma for Lingaribo. Over here, we have to put it over here. Parallel, boom, boom. Yeah. We'll do it that way. Oh, yeah, they dropped this way too early. They dropped this far too early. They could have forced me to do some really awkward shit and then nibbed me, and I probably would have just lost. That's why I was hesitating so much making my plays. I was thinking to myself, like, I think I'm just going to lose here, but... Oh, we've already used Lingaribo. That's fine. We make Link Decoder anyway. We can even actually summon it back, too, now that I think about it. The thing about Nibiru is, like, a lot of people think about Nibiru as, like, when do I clear their board? But... You can actually use knowledge of Nibiru. Like, this is kind of some next level shit, and it doesn't always work out. But sometimes you can actually do some like next level like knowledge of Nibiru. Like give your opponent knowledge of Nibiru to kind of like next level fuck with them rather, and make them play really weirdly, like I was about to do. Okay, so if I transcode using boom boom boom, this comes back. I get to bring back the. I get to make terahertz. Okay. Yeah, we'll do it this way. You were terrified of you getting super fact with no diameter. Yeah, I know, right? Sometimes I'll toggle. Yeah, you can also do that too if you don't have Nibiru, but you have a quick effect you can activate. You can toggle off until the 5th summon and then fuck with your opponent. But sometimes you can actually have Nibiru and fuck with their head too. Like, sometimes, like, usually I'll try to hide Nibiru, but sometimes I'll just toggle on and just be like, you know what, you can know. I'll let you sit with the knowledge. They had a choice between stopping Super Fact and other stuff. Not even, honestly. Because, like, my Super Fact isn't even live, given how they... What disrupt did they use? Well, it's actually because of my own hand and how I played around, like, their Nibiru, but... Yeah, they wouldn't have been able to... Well, it's also because I opened Firewall Defensor. It's because of how I opened, right? I wouldn't have been able to have a live Super Fact until I sent a Diameter off of Dark Fluid. And... Oh, they're called buying the D-Save Worm. That's interesting. Okay, resolves. So they could have waited to use Nibiru until I had transcode and, like, basically the materials to summon Terahertz. They could have Nibiru'd then, and then I would not have had Terahertz, and I also would not have had a live Super Fact. Ew, it's Valant! This isn't a quick effect, right? During your main phase, you can special summon, blah, 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 blah. No? Good. Alright. I'm negating this thing now. Unless they have Ash Blossom, which they don't. Or if they did, they didn't know that to use it there. Wait, they actually did that, and actually that call by, they did that in entirely the wrong order. Because D-Save Worm doesn't negate and destroy, it only negates the activation. And that doesn't do anything when they place a Pendulum Scale. Like, like, if you activate a continuous spell or trap card, and I chain D-Save Worm to the activation, then it just stays on the field and you can use the effect anyway, because it doesn't negate the effects of the card, it just negates the activation. But because it doesn't destroy the card, a continuous spell or trap card or a field spell, or in this case a Pendulum Scale, would stay on the field, and then you could just use the effect. Like, it doesn't actually do anything, so. They could have, however, used Call By against Aggregator, and that would have saved their Pendulum monster, so. Okay. I'm a Witch's Strike you on D-Save Worm, I'm tired of Mathmech gimmicks. Somebody in the MCS got Witch's Striked by a Labyrinth, actually, during Swiss. I remember the tweet was going around about it. It was funny. Also, only 2 more wins. Just gotta win this game, and the next one, and we're at Master 1. Yay! Negate activation of a field spell since it's a graveyard. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. It's an interesting hand. Oh, no Ash Blossom. Okay, good. I mean, we could have triple tag drawn 2 and probably been able to Small World, but it's nice to be able to know we have this. I mean, this search, not this game. Excuse me. We might have this game, but that remains to be seen. I mean, it doesn't seem like they have disrupts so far, but that's what we said last time, too. There's the C. That was a weird time to use it. They forgot. They either forgot or just weren't paying attention. Yeah. Let me think about this for a second. So, Alan Bershin gives them 1 draw. They're at 6 cards. Normal Summon Diameter gives them a total of 2 draw. Or, no, that doesn't give them a draw. But then I would have to link the Diameter off. I could link it off for Linkaribo. That would give them a total of +2 draws, but set up my Super Fact. I can look at their hand, rip a card, and I have a Linkaribo. I feel like that's probably worth. So I'm going to do that. they have Asher Imperm here, I'll be a little bit sad. I mean, it'll be fine. Yeah, because they don't net gain any cards as a result. Alright, what's in your hand? Ooh, I need my pen and paper. Ooh, I knocked something off my desk. Sorry about that. Oh my god. Tragedy, Ash Blossom, Shiren, Thrust Regained. These two are fine. These three are fine. It's not gonna be fine when I try to Small World later, but I'm not taking any of these two. We just take Shiren here, right? Yeah, we just take Shiren here. I just gotta write down their hand real quick. Tragedy, Ash, Regained, Thrust. Alright. Putting back Shiren. And then I'll write 3 question marks for the unknown. So their hand is Tragedy, Ash, Regained, Thrust, and an unknown. That unknown has to be a pretty decent card. Okay, here's the Regained, so we can cross that off. That's on the field now. Pass. End phase. Come on, you know you want to just hit the end phase button. Yeah, there we go, there we go. Ooh, that's a great draw. That's a fantastic draw, even. I don't think they drew anything either. Okay, they get another draw here. They do get another draw. That might end up mattering. I wish I would have thought about that a little bit more. If I had thought about the fact that they would have gotten another draw, I wouldn't have summoned a Sigma there. But I was just on clicking yellow buttons mode because I got excited. Ooh, now they have something. I don't like this. Oh, it's Ash Blossom. We know what this is. This is fine. Cool. Thank you for the concede. Alright. Well, update summon, transcode summon, update summon, access code, die. That's good. Alright. I'm gonna snooze this ad that's trying to come up because final boss! Final boss! Final boss! Let's do it. Woohoo! Win the coin flip! Oh, yeah, this is a great hand. Oh, fuck, our opponent's hot! Yeah, I'm gonna Signet, discard Imperm here, I think. Yeah, that's fine. I really don't like discarding Imperm here, but... Got that hydration. Thank you, Coop. Beautiful. Alright, yeah, let's get circular. Excuse me. Droll? No Droll. They have a Maxi? It's gotta be Maxi. They do have Maxi. No! God damn it! Ah! Okay. Alright, we're gonna have to hope this hand rip is good enough here, then. Alright, let's see what they got. Okay. Pretty sure we're just gonna take the Rhoda here. Actually, yeah, we're definitely just gonna take the Rhoda here. This hand is dead without it. Okay, their hand is... I gotta write this down. Radiant, Feather Duster. We're taking Rhoda. They have Dust Devil and Continue. D Devil, so I remember what it is. Continue. And then, yeah, we're just taking Rhoda here. Alright, top the out, nerd. I'm gonna make them top deck it. Let's go. Let's see if they do it. No! Oh, wait, Mad Love? No, wait, that has a spell of trap! Ah, no! Wait, okay, hang on. They're just adding the trap card? This isn't as bad as I thought. I'm good? I'm good. Okay. What does the trap card do again? Reveal up to one of each. They only have Raiden as a dark monster. Oh, yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Snow Devil doesn't even do anything here. They only have one dark monster in hand. Their hand's Raiden, Feather Duster, Dust Devil, and Continue. If they only have dark, why would they pick that one? I don't know. Well, they don't have a dark anymore. I have a dark monster now. Okay. So we know that's Snow Devil and Continue. No, Dust Devil. Snow Devil and Dust Devil. I mean, it could be Continue, I guess. Is Continuous quick play? I think it is. Yep, okay, there's the Continue. Alright. They can buy time with the Dust Devil book 2. Can they book 2, or do they only book 1? Wait. Let me look up Dust Devil real quick. Can I just, like, enter battle phase and force it? Oh, okay. Let me put Yu-Gi-Oh! At the end of that. Talk about Vigorous Soul Monster, change battle position, you can change the phase of monster with the Vigorous Soul Monster. I could just enter battle phase and that would force it. But do I want to do that is the question. You cannot force this since they have the quick play revival. True, good call. Thank you. Yeah, you're right. So we're just gonna start with Sigma. And they're just immediate. Okay, I guess our opponent is just gonna make us not even think at all. Never mind. Good talk. Oh, you know what? Okay. Hang on. I actually have to kind of think about this. No, I'm just going to Link Dakota, right? Yeah, never mind. I don't have to think about this. Thinking is for chumps. Cool. Good talk. Master 1! Master 1, Master 1, Master 1! Ooh! There it is. Ah, I love to see it. Yay! Thank you for the victory soundbite, Redeem. Alright, now that we have hit Master 1, let's take a second to talk about the ban list a little bit more. Ooh, we got a 5-game win streak into it too. That was nice. Let's collect our missions here too. Alright, let me get these, and no trust. We'll be going into the notifications tab here. Actually, we're about to have an ad start. I'll wait until after that. I'll wait until after the ad, and then we'll start talking about the deck. Or, I mean, about the ban list. But I'll show you the deck in the meantime. This is it. I mean, we didn't really do anything too out of the ordinary with this list for this last bit of the climb. I'm notably not playing Gachiri, which I usually play, but I want to test without it. It's not even that I think Gachiri is bad. I actually think it's a great card. But I think it's more that there are other things that I want to play that I think are more important. Namely the triple tax, as well as the Ghost Bell. As well as also having 3 Imperm and Valor. I've kind of thought about going down to 2 Imperm, 2 Valor, but I think my previous builds were being a little bit too cute. And playing too many extenders and not having enough just good solid. And the disruption we were playing was very specified, right? Like we had Red Reboot and Create Kara Divine Incarnate, and it's like, I think that we try to get too cute, which is actually something I advise against a lot. When people ask me about deck building choices, some people kind of say like, oh, Hex, your builds are so textbook. And I'm like, yeah, they kind of are, honestly. And that's kind of how I prefer them. Because I think consistency is like, I think I just value that above all, honestly. Ban listing, ban listing, ban listing, ban listing. Yeah, we're gonna ban list here in just a minute or so. Is Valor not better in MathMech? So Valor is good for being a small world bridge, but Imperm is, I think, better overall than Valor because Imperm is a lot more versatile. If I was on Microcoder's Cynet conflict package where I was planning on ending on Heat Soul every single time, then I would absolutely be playing at least one more Valor, if not just playing a full playset. But I love the term "too cute." I know I do too. I love one of my favorite DBZ abridged lines is when Cell says to Vegeta, "Oh, you think you're cute?" And Vegeta responds, "Bitch, I'm adorable." That's good. I like that one. Parallel is also a bridge to 90% of anything for Small World. It is a pretty good bridge. That is very true. If you're playing Parallel to bridge off Small World, you also need Dotscaper, though. I'll talk about this again in a second, but I do think this is important to note that you need Dotscaper if you have this, because if you open Parallel Exceed and Small World and you want to go into Circular, you gotta use Dotscaper. There's not any other like card that will bridge it, because the other Cyberses are level 4, and yeah, the other Cyberses are level 4. So you obviously can't reveal like another Parallel Exceed. So will the new build be Sakitama plus Aratama after the ban list? I'll talk about this here in a second again too, but not necessarily. I mean, you could already play that if you want to, but just cross out this hand on my notebook. I don't need to know that information anymore. Okay, now that we're back from the ad, a couple of points I want to address are getting asked in chat. Yes, Toaded is absolutely correct. Parallel is a great bridge for Small World. The thing to know about Parallel Exceed, though, is that if you play this card, you also need to play Dotscaper for bridging purposes. Specifically, if you open Parallel Exceed and Small World and like nothing else, and you need to bridge into Circular, you need to have Dotscaper to go into Circular, because all your other Cyberses are level 4, so they won't be able to bridge into it. But yes, Parallel is a great bridge. And Parallel also allows Droll and Lockbird to be a bridge to Circular in this deck too, which is nice. And then the Spirit Monsters. So, the Sakitama and Aratama, you were asking if they were going to be viable after the ban list. I think they're viable now. I was talking about this a little bit earlier in the stream, but one of the reasons MathMech is such a good deck right now is because there's a lot of different ways to build MathMech, and there's kind of no wrong answer, right? In terms of engines, we have a bunch of different options. We have the Firewall engine, we have the Spirit engine, we have the Cynet engine with Microcoder and Conflict, and of course in terms of Disruption, there's so many different cards you can play. And the cool thing about MathMech is that, like, as long as you've got like 3 Circular and the Superfact line into the Laplacian, you can kind of play any combination of that stuff and it'll probably just work out for you. Like, I think playing the Firewall stuff and Spirits is too many normal summons in one deck. Like, don't play those 2 engines together, but just about any other combination of stuff will work. Like Firewall plus Cynet works, Spirit plus Cynet works. You can play Parallel Exceeds. You could actually opt not to if you want to play other extenders. It's also fine. Yeah, I mean, it's basically, yeah, it's funny because MathMech ends up being more of a, hey, thanks for the follow, Radef. Appreciate you stopping by, but it's funny because if you look at other Cybers pile decks, like Ignister or the Cynet pile deck that's like 60 cards and stuff like that, they all kind of run that MathMech engine. So it's not even that MathMech is necessarily the backbone of all Cybers decks, because Cybers decks are definitely good even without a MathMech engine. It's more that, like, MathMech is, like, just the best Cybers engine you can be playing when it comes to the type as a whole. So, but yeah, it just ends up being a very versatile deck. So, I think the code main deck cards suck in MathMech. I 100% agree, honestly. I've talked about this before, but even during the stream, but I'll say it again here. Psynet Conflict is only good if you go first and on your first turn. If you don't see it or go into it via a combo on your first turn, if you go first, Psynet Conflict is just an awful card. It's a terrible top deck. It's horrible to open going second. It just doesn't feel very good. And Microcoder is like, it's not consistent to play as a random one-off, and I am aware of the combo line where you make it part of your combo, and I think that combo line is fine. Again, I talked about this earlier, but I like ending on Singularity in that situation more, because I value the bounces just a little bit higher than having a fourth negate, right? Because you'll already have the Diameter negate, the D-Save Worm negate, and the Aggregator negate. So it's like, okay, Conflict is an Omni, and it's a counter trap, so it's a good negate, but it's a fourth negate. I'd rather have more bounces. And it's like, yeah, there's also the draws off Heat Soul, and that is very valid, but it's like the draws, like, yeah, they could be Disruption, and yeah, they could be, you know, Extension if you live through your opponent's turn, but the key words to point out in what I just said are could and if. The draws are definitely not guaranteed to be as disruptive as, again, say the bounces are. So, sorry if I missed, but why 2 talents instead of 1 talent, 1 thrust? This is a question I get asked a lot. In pretty much any deck I play more than 1 Triple Tactics talent. It's because Triple Tactics talent is a great card that I want to have on turn 1. Think about the games we just played on ladder. Like, think about those games and how good Triple Tactics talent was to have on our turn 1s during those games. We literally won that one game. Not even 1, 2. We won 2 games, including our rank up game, because we had a turn 1 talent to look at our opponent's hand and make it dead. That's why you play multiple Triple Tactics talent and not just thrust as additional copies. I see a lot of people doing that. I see a lot of people just being like, oh, I'll play 1 thrust and then, or 1 talent, and then I'll just put in thrust for the rest. No. Multiple talents, I think, is where it's at. Now, if you already have another really good thrust target that you want to be searching for, then yeah, of course you can play multiple thrusts and a talent. But in a deck like this where I'm not inherently inclined to play thrust, I'm just going to play multiple talents, right? Thrust is better in a best of 3. I 100% agree with that, definitely. Conflict is better versus Reboots and Bestials, etc. Singularity is better versus Kurikara. Kind of? I mean, not really necessarily. Like, I don't see why Singularity is any inherently better against Kurikara, I guess is what I'm confused about. And yeah, the Conflict does play better against, like, Bestials and stuff, but that's also why we're playing the Ghost Spell as well. Whenever I open Triple Tactics talent first turn, it always ends up being a brick. I rarely have that problem. I see, the thing is, like, I don't mind seeing this card turn 1 even if it never ends up coming up, because you know what happens if your Triple Tactics talent that you open on turn 1 doesn't end up coming up? It means you didn't get disrupted, which means you're probably in a pretty good spot. So, like, when this card is dead, you're doing well. Like, I think that makes it even better as well. Kurikara can't tribute Singularity before you use it, but use Terra and Heat Soul early. I mean, yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, but I mean, that's so situationally dependent on whether Kurikara is actually good or not, because it's like so situationally dependent on when you use the bounces, and it's like, yeah. But I mean, that's fair. That's a fair point that you would. Well, Terahertz you also don't necessarily use right away either. Heat Soul is the only thing that gets procced right away during the draw phase, unless you had to send either Dotscaper or... Oh, but you know what? If you do the other combo line, you do have to use Terahertz right away because you didn't send D-Save Worm, right? I think that's what you're saying. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. I see where you're coming from. Yeah, you gotta send the microcoder. Right, for sure. But yeah, I thought this list was solid. It was pretty good. All right. Let's talk about the ban list a little bit. So... I guess, okay, before I share my thoughts on the ban list, and those of you in the Discord or on my Twitter definitely already know my thoughts, but what do you all think of this ban list? What are your thoughts on the ban list, I guess, as a whole? Or, like, any one particular hit in general? Let me start by talking about the stuff that I thought really works here, because there's a lot that doesn't work here, in my opinion. But let's talk about the good changes on this ban list. Zodiac Trident from 1 to 3. Bravo. Love it. That's a fantastic change. Zodiac feels like it finally gets to be its own real deck now. And I kind of want to craft 2 more Trident, honestly. I want to try it. The other hit that I thought was actually really good here was Delicious Memory to 2. Beautiful. That is absolutely the one to hit, because Delicious Memory, of course, sets up the turn 1 plays into the Nor, as well as the turn 2 OTK line. And it being at 2 is totally fine, because it just means if my friend can't always guaranteed search it every time. So those were the 2 changes on this list that I would say were good. Those are very positive. I'm all for them. Let's have more changes like that. Why must they hit Runic Goatee deck? One of the ban lists of all time, Runic makes me sad. So I'm going to get into this definitely in tomorrow's YouTube video as well. I actually recorded that before the stream. But Runic Fountain. I already also got into this on Twitter too. Actually, let me pop up Twitter and see if anyone's got any more replies to that. 16 notifications. Holy cow. I know it's not a lot for a lot of people. It's a lot for me. Yeah, Runic Fountain to 1 was a terrible hit. It was an awful hit. I don't know why this card went to 1. Well, okay. I do know why this card went to 1. 2 main reasons. 1, because of the results in the Duelist Cup, which ties into 2, Konami doesn't want people to play Runic anymore. I think in particular, they're kind of tired of seeing Runic Stun always doing well in the Duelist Cup, and not just because that kind of like, I don't know, demoralizing is, I don't know if it's a strong word. It kind of like, you know, people are always like, grr, Runic Stun doing well, but Runic Stun does particularly well exactly in the Duelist Cup because the nature of the Duelist Cup is that you want to get in as many games in as little amount of time as possible, right? For that reason, you want to play decks that are going to get you wins very quickly. Now you may be thinking, Hex, Runic Stun does not gain wins very quickly. It's a deck that wins by decking out over like very many turns. Why would that be good? Because people will concede to Runic Stun or stun decks in general very quickly in a Duelist Cup type event. Because here's the thing, right? You can't afford to have such a long game against a stun deck. Even if you are playing an out like Feather Duster, you can't sit there taking 15 turns waiting to draw the out, right? Because in that time you do that, assuming you even do win the duel, the time you took to do that, yeah, you would have taken a loss by snap conceding and just taking that loss in points, but you could have won 2, maybe even 3 duels in that time. Therefore, by spending that time to even win that duel against stun, you are ultimately net losing points by not winning other games more quickly. Therefore, it becomes beneficial to concede to stun in Duelist Cup. Therefore, stun actually becomes good in Duelist Cup. And really the whole, like, time constraint of having to get as many games in 72 hours as possible means that the meta for a Duelist Cup is going to look very different from a ladder meta. That's why I really don't like that they use Duelist Cups to determine what goes on the ban list. The top 100 of a Duelist Cup is not indicative of what the meta looks like. It's indicative of what did well in that Duelist Cup. 2 very different things. That's also why the Pearly hits seem kind of weird, particularly the Pearly going to 2, right? This is because this specifically stops the 2 Noir line in Ghost Trick Pearly. By the way, the reason you didn't start seeing Ghost Trick Pearly until the Duelist Cup is because that is the optimal version to run in the Duelist Cup, again, because of time constraints. Because of time constraints, right, you want people to concede more quickly in a deck like Pearly where you don't naturally gain wins quickly. And if your opponent only sees 1 Noir, most people will kind of think like, yeah, I can try to out her, at least see if I can. But if your opponent's got 2 Noir, no, oh my god, that's like way too hard. I'm just going to concede, hence the Ghost Trick build gets popular. And the funny thing is, people were kind of like, oh, well, the Ghost Trick build was always just the best build, we didn't know it. I don't necessarily know if that was the case. I think the Ghost Trick build was the best build for the Duelist Cup because it ends on 2 Noir and people concede to that. And then people saw all the Pearly builds that do well doing that and assumed that was the best way to play Pearly. I just suspect that's what actually happened. Which, again, that's ultimately why Pearly went to 2 and why Runic Fountain went to 1. And I think, again, Konami should not be basing what's on the ban list off of Duelist Cups. That is a very different meta than the actual, like, real meta. That's also why you saw Sprite. Like, I'm going to talk... Okay, let me talk about a deck that I really love that had kind of no business being in the Duelist Cup Top 100 is Sprite. There were multiple pure Sprite lists, despite Sprite not doing anything at all on ladder or tournament recently. Why? Sprite can OTK very easily. It's got Gamma Burst, it's got Cat Shark, it's got Mosquito, and because of that, it can win games very quickly, therefore it is favored in the Duelist Cup. So, Sarah Hyde with a party of 11. Ah! Oh my gosh. Oh my god, my voice cracked like shit there. Thank you, Sarah. Hope you had a good stream. Thank you for the raid. You were playing Master Duel, right? We were playing Pearly. We're actually just literally talking about Pearly. Oh, let me get off of follower only so readers can talk. Hello, sorry about that. Let me take a sip of water too. Master Duel and Suika game. Oh, I saw that on your tweet. That's the one with the little watermelon. That looks cute. I've never heard of it myself, but it looked cute. I'll have to... I forget, you save your VODs, right? I'll have to check out your VOD. But yeah, we just hit Master 1, actually. Just like maybe 15 minutes ago or so. Just hit Master 1 with MathMech. And we were just talking about the ban list now, and how I hate it. I hate it here. I hate this ban list. I think it's awful. Oh, again, as I said earlier, two good things on this ban list. Exactly two. Delicious Memory to 2 did need to happen, and I think that's fine for Pearly. You know, that's like, I mean, obviously Pearly went to 2, but Delicious Memory to 2 being the one big hit to them, I think is fine. Dryden to 3, also 100% fine. Love this change, actually. I love Dryden going to 3. And, you know, I was gonna say, yeah, Cobalt Sparrow to 3 is good, but, like, can I even call this a good hit when it didn't even need to happen in the first place? Like, I feel like this is just acknowledging we made a mistake from Konami here. Yeah, I was just mentioning how Runic Fountain to 1 is, like, the dumbest hit I've seen in a minute, and... The people who are cheering for it, like, because they hate Runic, like, I don't know. I go into this. I actually get into it a little bit in tomorrow's YouTube video. Y'all are gonna want to watch it because I don't usually kind of pop off the way I do in that video, but like, I definitely make a point in that video of being like, you need to separate objective and subjective thoughts when it comes to actually critically analyzing a ban list. Now, let me say too. I'm not saying nobody's allowed to say they hate Runic. You can definitely hate Runic. I don't like playing Runic. I think it's boring. But does that mean Runic Fountain need to go to 1? Nuh-uh, not at all. Runic Fountain did not need to go to 1. It's like Flandreese, too. Flandreese, literally my least favorite deck to play against in the entirety of Master Duel. But Empen did not need to go to 1. Map doesn't need to be at 1. Those are fine. Like, those cards can come back. I think it's kind of, I don't know, it's interesting that, like, it's such a thing in Yu-Gi-Oh! So much more than, like, I've played a lot of card games, right? Like, I've played Magic competitively, I've played Pokemon TCG competitively, I played Hearthstone competitively for a long time, I played Runeterra competitively. Hearthstone players kind of do this too, but even Hearthstone players are nowhere near Yu-Gi-Oh! Players when it comes to not being able to separate I hate this deck from this deck needs to get hit. Like, it's kind of scary how awful Yu-Gi-Oh! Players, generally speaking, are at that. They should have added every Labyrinth card to the ban list. That's the other thing, too. Like, there are so many people defending this hit by saying, oh, well, it's fine if your one-of field spell gets banished and you can't play the game at all anymore or have your win con at all. And it's like... No, that's not fine. Like, even if you dislike a deck, it should still be playable. People who do like that deck should still be able to play it. Because somebody probably hates your deck. And you'd probably be really sad if the ban list banned every card from your archetype because someone else was like, Neener, I hate your deck. Also, like, come on. If we banned cards based on how much people hated them in this game, we wouldn't have a game to play anymore. On top of that, the other point that I think people kind of fail to address is that they not only tend to take this mentality on themselves, but they assume that everybody else just also thinks this way. Like, I've had a few people today be like, oh, Hex, aren't you so happy that Circular is at 3 still? And I'm like, no, what? What are you talking about? And it's like, oh, but you play MathMech. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm capable of having a nuanced opinion, right? Which means I can be happy as a MathMech player that Circular is at 3, but at the same time acknowledge that, hey, Circular really needs to be at 1. Like, this card should not still be at 3. Diameter to 1 was a pretty miserable hit. People think I want the... Exactly. People are like, oh, you play Flandreese? You just want to drop the wind barrier statue on me all day. And it's like, no, I just want to have more than one imp in my deck. Like, there's definitely a difference between the two. Nuanced opinion, gang. Thank you. Oh my god. Again, this for me is not even just a Yu-Gi-Oh thing. This is like a human thing that like really irks me. People are not capable of having nuanced opinions and separating objective and subjective thoughts. But here's the other thing too about the ban list I don't like. So like, we're in an ad break. I'll come back to this in a moment. But you know what? I know Eclipse types during ad breaks. Let me type, I'll talk about the multiple reasons diameter to 1 is awful in a moment. There we go. So people who are in the... I need to do this more often. Take a note out of Eclipse's book, because she does, and it's really smart. Should have been Division to 1. I always forget there's a MathMech division. And I'm like, oh yeah, what does it do? It's actually got an interesting effect. It's just not, it just isn't good. But it's an interesting effect, honestly. It's trash. It's bad but cool. It's one of those effects that's bad but cool. I like the idea of separating an extra deck monster back into like components. I think it's neat. Was my MathMech expert? Listen, you're getting beyond pre-algebra. That's you're losing me. But yes, I know, not even algebra, pre-algebra. I am a dummy when it comes to math. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, diameter. So there's a lot of reasons why diameter to 1 is not a good hit, right? Obviously, the fact that Circular needed to be here instead is the biggest culprit. But here's what I also don't like about hits like this. Like, Geomathmech should be banned alongside Bish. I don't think Geomathmech is comparable to Bish Vulcan, right? I mean, they both OTK, but they do it in very different ways. But anyway, Diameter. Here's the thing I don't like about Diameter to 1. Aside from the fact that Circular should be here, realistically, Circular is going to be here eventually. Probably when this latest Cybers pack rotates out or whatever, they'll put Circular to 1 when people stop, buying gems or just trying to get craft materials for it. But the problem with that is that not only is Circular going to be at 1, but Diameter is still going to be at 1. And then MathMech players have a real problem, because when it's just Circular at 1, the deck is still totally fine and very, very playable. Circular and Diameter to 1 is going to be a lot more dicey. I mean, it'll probably still be playable, but like... And then by that point, by the time Circular goes to 1, Diameter doesn't need to be at 1 anymore. But we all know Konami, they're not going to bring Diameter back to 3 in the same list they put Circular to 1, because they never do that. And so MathMech is going to end up in this state where it's actually going to be less playable once Circular goes to 1 than it is in TCG and OCG, because they did this stupid temporary hit to not give people too many UR craft points. And it's like... God, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. And it's... Oh my god. I could go on and on about it. Watch them take a whole year to put Diameter back to 3. I know! Conquistador is still not at 3. Much like Cobalt Sparrow, a card that never needed to get hit. That card was at 1. That card got limited to 1. Do y'all remember that? That was some shit. Yeah, that card's still at 2. Even though, like... Has anyone seen an Eldritch deck on Master Duel in the last year? Like, literally, since Runic came out, I have not seen, like, any Eldritch at all. Maybe, like, 1 or 2. Like, I probably played a literal handful, like 5 or less Eldritch decks in that time, honestly. We banned Circular. We unbanned Pot of Prosperity. No. No. Those are both awful. No. Prosperity absolutely needs to stay at 1. Prosperity cannot be at any number that isn't 1 unless maybe it's 0. Last time I dueled an Eldritch was at Nats in July in TCG. Exactly. Oh, that's good. That's good. Chaos Ruler's still untouched. Yeah, I am too. The Chaos Ruler ban doesn't even really stop Dragon Link from being a thing, though. Like, people act like banning Chaos Ruler would just be the end of Dragon Link, but it's not at all. Like, because Dragon Link doesn't even make Chaos Ruler half the time anyway. Yeah, but fuck tier. Okay, but hear me out. I want to play 60-card Synchro Piles, and it's really hard to do that without Chaos Ruler. It becomes much harder to do that without Chaos Ruler. Let me put it that way. Also, Sprite Synchro. Okay, you say but fuck tier. I say but Sprite Synchro? Ruler stays close band. That's fine. I don't care. That's fine with that. I'm fine with that, rather. That's okay. That is a-okay with me. What else is on this stupid-ass list? Sign-up mining to 2 is actually not bad. I think that's actually a fine hit. I like hitting sign-up mining. Okay, Konami hit sign-up mining, which I don't think was bad, but they hit it for the wrong reason. I know they hit it because it's a structure deck UR, but I will say that sign-up mining getting hit is not bad to slightly curb the consistency of general Cyberse files. I don't think it needs to go to 1, but I think Cyberse mining at 2 is fine. I think that's actually an okay hit. Again, I don't think they did it for the right reason, but I think it ended up being an okay. I would be, if this were alongside other actual hits, I'd be much more optimistic about this sign-up mining to 2 hit, but... Desires to 2 is also, like, okay. I think that's a fine hit. I think we've acknowledged, especially in recent months, that the pot of cards should probably all get hit in some respect. Prosperity absolutely needs to stay at 1. That card cannot be at any number that isn't 1, again, unless maybe it's 0, but... Quick Launch to 2 is another kind of feels bad hit like Diameter, honestly. I think in the grand scheme of things. Like, this one is going to be much further down the line, because Dragon Link, like, is just a deck that withstands the test of time, but, like, think about a future where Dragon Link has been hit by the ban list, and you want to play a Rocket deck, but oops, Quick Launch is still at 2. It's like, it just feels bad. Chaos Space to 2 is like, that's fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. It's like, here's the thing though, it would have been fine alongside another actual Dragon Link hit, but I will say, if you're going to hit a consistency card in Dragon Link, Chaos Space is a much better choice than Quick Launch. Chaos Space is like, it's kind of ridiculous that you can search and draw with it, like both effects in the same turn. It's like, yeah, I think it going to 2. Again, this is another hit I would be a lot more optimistic about if it wasn't alongside such garbage hits. DK's banned Meta Weekly. They banned Tracer and the deck's still topped. You don't need Quick Launch. Sounds about right. Hey, don't touch my custom card. Okay, but when people want to come for my custom card, no. Also, you know, I'll say this. Like, Circular 100% is a custom card, but I don't think it's the most custom card of all time. I feel like that goes to Rika Kon. Rika Kon is such a fucking custom card, because here's the thing. Circular at least aids the deck in what it's supposed to be doing. Rika Kon is like... I think I'm actually stealing this from MBT. I think MBT said this. Rika Kon's whole thing is like, hey, what if instead of doing what your deck was meant to do, you distributed your opponent's stuff instead? Like, Julieta is a custom card. Tier is a deck full of custom cards. What's a custom card? A custom card is it's a kind of fun. How do I explain this? It's a fun way of saying a card that was made to specifically make an archetype playable. The reason we call it a custom card is because when people make custom cards, a lot of the time they'll do it for an archetype they really like that's not that good, and it'll be one card that fixes the entire deck and makes it really, really good. Mathmech, great example. Think about Mathmech before Circular came out. What did it do? Nothing. You had to play What was that awful level 4 Cyber Monster you had to play before Circular came out? You had to play garbage cards to make the deck even playable. But when Circular came out, that is one card that completely not only fixed the deck's problems, but made it a tier to deck. Balancer Lord. Yeah, you used to have to play Balancer Lord before Circular came out. Yeah, it's literally just a level 4 Cybers that gives you an extra normal summon, and like you had to play. Like, think about how much worse that is than Circular. You had to play that to be able to do anything in Math Mech. But so Rika Cone is another example of that, because it not for some reason it doesn't even just tribute your opponent's stuff. It also searches Rika spell traps. Like, why? That's so good. That's so good. I've dismantled my Naturia Runic deck. Oh. You didn't dismantle your fountains already, did you? Because if you did, you missed your opportunity to get bonus craft points for them. That's a thing that happens every ban list. You get bonus craft points for cards that get you could have dismantled those fountains for 30 UR each if you had waited until. I mean, you would have had to wait until December 5th. So to be fair, if you do need the craft points like sooner than 2 weeks from now, but you know, I mean, it is what it is. There will always be more craft points. And even if there aren't on this account, you can always make another one. That's the fun thing about Master Duel. So, I think it's just 30 since they actually count how much. Oh yeah, sorry, you get a bonus 20. You get a total of 30. Yes, I didn't phrase that correctly, you're right. What else did they have on this dumbass ban list? Stovey to 2? Why? Why Stovey? Like, okay, even if you're gonna, I said this earlier today too. But if you're going to go for a consistency semi-limit in Labyrinth and just say one-off, why not Ariana? Why would you not put Ariana to 2? Why Stovey? Like, it's bad! Yeah, Stovey to 2 is like, okay. Like, it's such a question mark hit. Like, and if the goal is to do a consistency hit to Labyrinth, you shouldn't take out one of the 6 pieces of furniture that can set a card. You should take out one of the 3, like, good normal summon searches. I would think. They did that with Alibur. I don't know what they're doing. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Even Ariana 2 is not a good hit, but that still makes a lot more sense than Stovey. Stovey is such like a, let's pick a Labyrinth card and just semi it. Like, it just feels like that. Like, it doesn't feel like there was, I don't know. Well, it feels like, I was gonna say it doesn't feel like there was any thought into it, but I don't know. I think there was thought put into it, and it was to, again, avoid hitting cards, I don't know, like URs and stuff, but Stovey hurts more than Ariana, turns 0 players, and the only reason goes second. That's actually not a bad point. But if you want to attack it from that angle, then I think you should hit Coup Clock and not Stovey. Because Coup Clock is what enables them to actually do, like, turn 0 plays. Someone said Coup Clock to 1 earlier. Like, yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Or I don't even necessarily think it has to go to 1 right away. It can go to 2. Like, that's fine. Well, they only play 2, right? Yeah, it needs to go to 1. Yeah, Coup Clock should have gone to 1. I play Coup Clock at 1, doesn't affect me. Coup Clock is only played at 1? Oh, is it? I thought they played 2 sometimes. Okay, well, in that case, I think Stovey and Dragleer both should have gone to 2 then. Like, if you're gonna do it that way. It's so weird. Like, cards like Coup Clock are so weird because, like, having less of it, or I guess none of it, would be, I don't know, but, like, you can't just ban Coup Clock. It's like, that card's not ban worthy. Is it? I feel like it's not, honestly. That's such, I don't know, hits, the idea of a hit like that is so weird. But I guess they did that with him early and ended up working out. I don't know, what do you think? What do y'all think? Is Coup Clock to 0 a good or a bad hit? And okay, let me also set the parameters for this. My definition of a good hit is a hit that leaves a meta deck playable, just not quite as ridiculous / strong as it was before. The goal was not to make Lab unplayable. The goal was to bring Lab down very slightly. Bad hit, Lab isn't that good. That's kind of what I was thinking too. It's a whatever hit. Semi-big welcome would be good. It's like, would it even though? Because like they can still just use furniture to set it up. Like, does it even... Clock hit makes Lab unplayable. That's true. Although they will have the Butler soon. But that doesn't do the same thing, does it? No, the Butler lets you... Wait, what does she do? She lets you, like, set Hang on. Labyrinth Butler. Surely she'll come up. She did. Okay. Oh, Butler is in her name. Okay, good. During the main phase, quick effect, you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard, special lab, or set one. Oh, you set the normal trap from your hand. Okay, got it. And then it can be activated. Yeah. Yeah, she's not out yet. Yeah, for sure. But I'm saying if we have Butler, then maybe can we get rid of Ku Klok? I don't know. I guess I want to get rid of Ku Klok, but it's not really needed at the same time. Lab is a weird deck. Lab is a weird deck in terms of trying to evaluate how good, because like how good it is in the meta isn't necessarily dependent on like Lab itself, but more the other decks in the meta. I think more so than any other deck in the meta right now. Lab is like the 4th, 5th best deck. It doesn't need hits. That's fair. Ku Klok requires a lab monster in the field. So I always forget that. I literally always forget that. Actually, thank you very much for saying that. I literally always forget that you have to have a lab monster in play. That's right. That's right. I always think whether I play with or against lab that you can just discard Ku Klok. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. I knew I was missing something here. Because I was like, well, less people are against Ku Klok than I thought. But that's what it was. Okay. Barrier statue needs to get hit more than lab. Yeah. Thank you, chat, for helping me get there. It's like the rusty cogs in my brain that were covered in cobwebs turned once. Not even that. I didn't even think of it. I got told, and then I was like, oh yeah. Hit barrier and or EEV. Most people would be fine with lab. Let's hit barrier. I think EEV to 1 is fine. I think EEV at 1 is fine. EEV to 1 is like the floodgates being at 1 for me, where it's like, I don't like the card, but I think it's still fine for it to be at 1 and not 0. EEV isn't even played in lab and people complain. I actually agree with that too, honestly. EEV is already at 1. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying it's fine it being at 1. It doesn't need to move from there. No, people really do just take control. It's like Red Reboot. Actually, let me get a sip of water real quick. It's like Red Reboot. Imagine if they made Red Reboot for spells. People would be livid. People would be like, you shouldn't have a counter trap that can invalidate 1/3 of the cards in the game. But they're fine with it when it's trap cards, because people hate control decks, so. I knew I could say that in good company, because I knew we had Toad in chat. Yeah, Reboot, Reboot needs to be at, it might be fine at 1, but it probably just needs to be at 0. But it might be fine at 1. It definitely shouldn't be at 2. I have no idea why it's at 2 in Master Duel. That makes no sense to me at all. Control decks will always be disliked, and you take steps when the game feels bad to play against on an instinctive level. Yeah, but I mean, that's so uniquely true of every Yu-Gi-Oh deck. Like, it's uniquely true of Yu-Gi-Oh specifically, right? Like every deck is gonna stop you from doing stuff, right? A combo deck will stop you from doing stuff. Like, control decks just make the game go long. That's what people hate. Red Reboot 3, exactly. Like, exactly. I mean, that comment is the exact thing that I was saying earlier. Like, Red Reboot is a card that's not okay, but people are okay with it because they don't like trap decks. Which ties right back into, it's almost like this is a really big recurring problem about discussions in the Yu-Gi-Oh community, that we can't separate subjective and objective thoughts. And it doesn't just come up when cards come up, it's a matter of cards not coming up. It's the fact that people don't consistently complain about Red Reboot when they should, because they don't like trap decks. And it's just like, you know, ban all floodgates. I don't like floodgates, but I don't think these should all be banned. I think they're fine at 1. Here's the thing. I'm not gonna say that floodgates keep combo decks in check. I don't think in check even really means anything. That's a phrase that means different things to different people. But here's what floodgates, and in kind of similar, somewhat definition control decks, but I'm mostly gonna be talking about floodgates here. Here's what floodgates do for Yu-Gi-Oh! They keep decks honest, right? Like, if combo decks can do like whatever they want as far as like deck building restrictions go, if you don't have to think about putting in Feather Duster, and I'm just talking about best of one here, imagine best of three. I don't even want to think about side decks without floodgates. That sounds miserable. Oh my god. They keep decks honest. If there are no floodgates in the meta, combo decks can play whatever the hell they want. You don't ever have to think about if I have to run Feather Duster, if I have to have it out for a card that might not be a monster. You can just play gas and hand traps, and then that's it. So, exactly, you play floodgates for the floods. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is in a constant state of flood. You might not like getting skill drained. That does not mean skill drain needs to go to 0. Those are two different thoughts. Those are two different things. They are not linked to the same thing. But, again, Yu-Gi-Oh! Players just immediately cross those wires. They're like, I hate this card, ban it. And the thing is, if it was all tongue-in-cheek, I could at least I could laugh with you all, haha. But it's not. People are serious, and I'm like, oh, are you stupid? Like, really, at the end of the day, it's like, no. No. And I know that there are some people who do say that stuff tongue-in-cheek. Go to r/Master Duel, and you'll see how many people don't. Or, like, Twitter. Or, like, I don't know, pick one of the Master Duel meta Discord channels. Like pick one. Go to Twitter, exactly. Best of one floodgates are cheap wins. Not really. Stun is not a problem. Like, stun isn't a problem. Like, that's the thing. Twitter is all cool artwork, though. True. Like, here's the thing. When Skill Drain and Goes In and Rivalry... Hang on. I'm in an ad, so I'm going to do... We'll continue Floodgate talk shortly. I love talking about this kind of stuff, though. I don't know what you all see on Twitter. Some shit. Yeah, go to Twitch and look at Master Duel categories at the top. Yeah, exactly. Being subbed makes the ad breaks funny. I need to find a good way to balance that. I need to find a good way to balance making the ad breaks palatable for subs and non-subs. But anyway, yeah, floodgates. Here's the thing, like, about floodgates, right? When skill drain, and specifically how they relate to a best of one, because I see this argument that skill drain or that floodgates should be banned in best of one. No, I completely disagree with that too. I will say they need to be limited because of best of one. That's why stuff like skill drain, rivalry, and goes in. Actually, I think some of that stuff is getting hit in the TCG/OCG maybe, but I think it's all still at 3 there. I don't know. But anyway, there are more floodgates in paper formats than Master Duel because paper formats are best of 3. And that should be the case, yes. Doesn't that just make them more sacky? It makes them less consistent. Like, okay, you actually gave an argument that I kind of despise, honestly. When people talk about, when you talk about limiting a card that should get banned, people are like, no, just ban it, then it'll be sacky. It's like, that's not an argument. I'm sorry, that's not an argument. Like, it being more sacky is a completely subjective take that, oh, the fewer times it will happen, it will feel worse. And it's like, yeah, okay, and? Question mark? Like, let's go imagining the streamer. That's good. No, but like, I don't think it will be more sacky is a valid argument. I just don't, frankly. No, but floodgates are fine at 1. Again, because they keep decks honest. And like, stun decks are not a problem right now. And stun decks existing does not make them a problem. Stun decks can exist. We've established that. They're fine to exist. Stun is not tier 1. It's not tier 2. It's not tier 3. It's not upper rogue. It's debatably not even mid rogue. Stun is a lower to maybe mid rogue deck. You'll run into it once every 50 games. You'll probably run into it more often than that and not realize because you'll win the coin flip and they'll concede right away and you'll go like, huh, and move on. People never think about stun decks in that respect, but that's how you probably most often encounter stun decks and you don't even realize it. But the 1 out of every 50 or so games that you lose a coin flip to stun and they flip skill drain, then it's like, oh no, it just needs to go to 0. It's like, no, it's fine, whatever. Legit, if Sun was a problem, you'd respect it, but you don't. Exactly! You don't even run Feather Duster. People don't even respect Stun, because it's not a problem. Dabbled with Stun, half the wins came from people snap conceding when they saw what I was playing. Yeah, I mean, that sounds about right. But again, a lot of Stun players, if they lose the coin flip, will just like snap concede. Next time somebody snap concedes, go look at their deck. I always do it. A lot of people don't. Go look at the deck. They're probably on Stun. Hey, I ran Feather Duster once. I feel like I'm being peer pressured here. I don't know. I'm not sorry. I'm not trying to like call anybody out or peer pressure anybody or do anything like that. But I'm really passionate about this topic because I really like Yu-Gi-Oh! And I really love Yu-Gi-Oh! From a competitive standpoint. If you look at competitive Magic the Gathering, competitive Legends of Runeterra, they have these great spheres of discussion where they talk about the meta and just its overall objective impact, but we don't have that in Yu-Gi-Oh! If you go to any website where Yu-Gi-Oh! Is talked about, any space, Twitter, Reddit, Discord, we do not have quality conversations. We just don't. It's you have to actively hunt and find people to have quality conversations about Yu-Gi-Oh! With, right? Like, and a lot of the reason is because of people being like, nah, fuck skill drain, I hate it, just put it to 0, and meaning it. And that's why it upsets me so much, because we cannot separate feelings from how the game needs to be, and we're having just overall lesser quality discussions as a result, which is missed opportunities to learn, to grow, to actually figure out the meta. I think that's why, especially in Master Duel, there are so many quote-unquote surprise decks that come up, is because people get caught in these feedback loops of how they think the meta should be, or how they think decks should be ran, and they don't explore other options, and yeah, I just think it results in us being less informed, and that's why I'm so passionate about this topic. BRB just milling 8. Oh, it's good. It's good. Also, I don't like the mill yourself joke. Please don't make it on my channel. I do not like that joke. It's not a funny joke. Tell us how you really feel. I know, right? But yeah, no, like, again, you can hate Stun. I'm not saying you can't hate Stun. I'm saying you hating Stun doesn't mean all floodgates should actually go to 0. Kashtira! Oh my god. I've actually been trying not to talk about this because I talked about it like way too much, but that fucking tweet where people grilled me alive for saying, hey, I don't think Arise-Heart's that big a deal. And then... Sorry, I just love putting on the I told you so hat. I'm adjusting it on top of my head right now. Ooh, there it is. Nice snug fit. I fucking told y'all so. I told everybody. I told everyone Cash was not going to be a big deal, and it's not. Because, yeah, probably, like, it's so indicative that people did not do testing with Master Duel ratios, because I went on Edo Pro and I built a deck with 1 Prosperity and 1 Rate Soft, and I goldfished like 20, 50 hands, and I was like, wait, this is like, a lot of these hands are ass. Don't tell me Cash is a tier 1 deck. Make it I told you so hat. That's brilliant. I'm gonna absolutely do that. Oh, I need to draw an I told you so hat. After 3 days of playing like Cash, it's like, this deck sucks, and people are like, nah, it's broken. Dude, I know. I told people in the days leading up to Cash, and also the first few days after Cash, I told people, Pearly is still the best deck. And multiple people said, nah, I don't believe, like, not I don't believe you, but, you know, they were like, really? You really think that? I got that reaction a lot. I'm like, yeah, Pearly is way more consistent. Like, what are you talking about? Pearly is absolutely still the best deck. And, sorry, I'm just straightening the brim of my very lovely hat right now. People still to this day call Kashtira meta. It is meta. Well, here's the other thing, too. Lots of people have different definitions of what meta means, especially Rogue. I've called decks Rogue, and people have gotten mad that I do. But, like, to me, a Rogue deck is one that can definitely still hit Master and Master 1, right? So... I guess, so, like, I don't know exactly what you mean when you say meta, because, again, everyone means different things when they say it, But Kashira is definitely still a tiered deck. I think Kashira is probably lower tier 2. It might be upper tier 3, but I think it's probably lower tier 2. I think we're actually seeing the opposite swing of the pendulum now with Kashira, right? Where before it was way overrepresented, but now it's fallen off so hard, I think it's actually underrepresented now. Like many things in life, the answer tends to lie somewhere in the middle. A rogue deck you don't expect to win a tourney with, but you expect it well enough. To Trap Tricks? Yeah, Trap Tricks is rogue. Yeah, exactly. A rogue deck can still top an MCS. A rogue deck can still get Master 1. I've actually talked about this a lot in my... whenever we go over tournament results in my This Week in Master Duel videos, I talk about this a lot. You'll very often see that the winners of these tournaments are usually either like a rogue deck or branded Despia, because players who are on decks like that are so dedicated to their deck that they know it probably better than the people who bounce around between tiered decks. Speaking as somebody who bounces around between tiered decks, you know? The pilots are what matters. Exactly. This is true of literally every single card game. And this is something that you'll see... I will say, even though that, like, I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Discussion leaves a lot to be desired overall, I do think that there are still kind of, like, tiers of Yu-Gi-Oh! Discussion. And I think Reddit Yu-Gi-Oh! Discussion, like, r/Master Duel is at the bottom of all that. Because, like, on r/Master Duel, and, you know, this is, like, a general lesser experienced player thing, of not just Yu-Gi-Oh! But card games as a whole. People will assume that meta decks play themselves. The pilot literally always matters more than the deck. Like, if you hand a new player a tier 1 deck, they're not going to know what to do with it. And if you hand a very knowledgeable player that beginner's starter deck, the knowledgeable player has a very good shot of just winning. Because, again, the new player just won't know what to do. Yeah, the pilot literally always matters every single time more than the deck, as far as, like, which is more of a factor of the game being won. People like to pretend that decks don't play, or that decks play themselves, but that's, like, so not true. This guy on r/Master Duel making daily posts complaining that lab is broken. Are there not, like, 5 people doing that? Like, I feel like there's probably 5 people. Like, oh my god. One of my favorite things on r/Master Duel is when somebody says, like, when somebody makes a post where the title is, this card needs to get banned now, but they don't include a preview image. I love that, because when you click on the link, it could be any card. One time, I saw a post like that where somebody said, this card needs to get banned, in all caps, now! But there was no preview image. I clicked it. It was the Dogmatica trap card. What is it called? The one that pops cards by sending an extract monster? That was the card they were complaining about. And I was like, are you serious with this shit? Punishment, that one. It was Punishment. I clicked the link and it was Dogmatica Punishment. And I'm like, what? This isn't even, like, in a meta-relevant deck right now. Are you kidding? At the time, it wasn't. At the time that I watched that, it wasn't. Because Lab wasn't, like, really much of a thing at the moment, but... Oh, my God. Yeah, I see, I've actually thought about that, Helix, to find a post like that and make a fun game out of it. But here's the problem with that idea. It would involve me having to spend many hours sifting through posts on r/Master Duel. Could not think of a worse use of my time. Could not think of a worse use of my time. Absolutely not. Oh, gods. I mean, Jerry Beansman still needs to be... Well, okay. Up to this point, I haven't been talking about cards that are just obscenely, stupidly unfair. And you're going to bring in Jerry Beansman into this? Whoa. There's this guy... Oh, okay, so yeah. Rizu was talking about this guy on r/Master Duel that makes daily posts complaining that lab is broken. There are math happening is the funny part. Oh, it doesn't lose to Ash. Bruh, play the... Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the other thing, too. Okay, this is actually another really interesting phenomenon that I've observed on r/Master Duel, right? r/Master Duel, I imagine, is, like, salivating at this ban list because Runic Fountain got limited, and they have a huge hate boner for that deck, collectively. I have seen people in r/Master Duel get downvoted for saying that Runic is a rogue deck. And the reason that this happens, I think, is actually a really interesting psychological phenomenon, right? So people downvote posts like that say that Runic isn't that good, even though they hate Runic. You might think, wait, wouldn't people who hate Runic want Runic to not be good? Shouldn't they want that? The answer is actually no. People who hate Runic want Runic to be good, because if Runic isn't good, they don't feel as justified in hating it. Therefore, they need Runic to be a good deck so they can, and I'm not even exaggerating when I say this, they need Runic to be a good deck because, yeah, exactly, they're big mad because they lost to it, and if I lost to a bad deck, that means I'm bad. It doesn't mean that, by the way. Losing to a bad deck doesn't make you a bad player, but bad players don't know that. So it's like, so any deck that beats them has to be broken. It has to be taken care of. It has to be addressed. Because if it's not that good, does that mean I'm not that good? That's really what it comes down to at the end of the day. Me and Hex like always being right. God, Reese, dude, doesn't it just feel great to be right all the time? Reddit sounds like the weirdest platform to ever exist. I don't know, it's weird. It's weird. It is a very weird platform, yeah. Totally 100% agree. It's crazy the amount of people that take immense pride in playing exclusively bad decks. Yeah, that's the other thing too, is like on r/Master Duel. I mean, it's a very like, here's the thing too, right? Like, I'm not saying r/Master Duel is bad because it is a casual space, but casual spaces in Yu-Gi-Oh! Just don't do well on their own. Like, I think that people who play casually should absolutely I think here's a common r/Master Duel complaint that I actually agree with. People say that you should be able to do dailies, or at least some of them, in casual ladder. I agree with that. I actually agree with that. I think there should be some amount of incentive to be able to play, because like right now in Master Duel, right, you can really, like, especially if you're doing dailies, which you need to get gems, you have to play ranked ladder. You literally have to play ranked ladder. And I not only understand, but even empathize with people who don't want to play on ranked ladder, who don't want to play sweaty meta decks. Like, that's valid. That is 100% valid. I'm not trying to sit here and say that, like, oh, because I play competitively and I hit Master 1, I know what's right, and these people all suck. Like, that's not the space I'm trying to come from. The thing that I'm criticizing isn't that they are lesser skilled, or like they're lesser experienced. I prefer to say that than skilled. I don't even like calling people bad. It just doesn't feel good to me. That's why I prefer lesser experience, because that's really what it is, right? You know, people who are lesser experienced, like, I think it's fine if they want to do missions, you know, not on ranked. Like, yeah, I think that's totally valid. But again, the issue comes when, like, we don't have any space at all where we can really talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! In a objective or strong way, which is the state of, like, I want to say the state of Master Duel at the very least. I can't speak as much to the TCG, but, like, that's a lot of the reason why I started my own Discord server. Is like, I just want to have some good conversations about Master Duel that doesn't always just become like, fuck X deck. It's so OP, their starter is so overpowered and needs to get banned, their extender offers them way too much advantage, and don't even get me started about Boss Monster. How am I even supposed to out that thing? You know, like those kind of conversations. Like, oh, thank you, Toad. You are so kind. Can they add emotes so I can tell my opponent I'm doing quests? So actually, I thought about this recently in the whole Magic debate, right? Of intentionality and cheating and all that stuff. I think that's why Master Duel does not have emotes. Because, let me give you an example from Magic Arena, right? And this is actually a completely different conversation. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, there's a conversation, I think, last week on like Twitter and in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Sphere about like, oh, Magic the Gathering allows you to do so many conniving things, which they really do, when it comes to like, you know, kind of like leading you to misbelieve information, or leading you to make a, how am I trying to say this? Leading you to misconstrue things, that's what I'm looking for. Leading you to misconstrue things based on the information that they present. Basically, intentional deception, right? I think that's why we don't have emotes in Master Duel. Because, like, here's something that you can do on Magic Arena, right? Magic Arena has emotes, and one of them is good game. In Magic Arena, you can tell somebody good game before the game is over. So if your opponent is setting up a board, right, and they are like going into attack, and you say the good game emote, they might just attack with everything and swing into like a mirror force effect. And that's a very feels bad moment. And I think that does definitely border on like intentional, I mean not border, that is definitely intentional deception. And I think that's the kind of thing Konami wants to prevent. And I think that's why we don't have emotes in Master Duel. I saw somebody say something about, yeah, Master Duel doesn't have emotes because month one when I played on Xbox, I got hate messages for playing Sidra. Yeah, yeah. I don't... Props to consoles, specifically PlayStation and Xbox Master Duel players, because you can actually message each other, and that sounds miserable. Like... I've actually said this in multiple surveys. You know how the Master Duel will give you the survey? Whenever I see the survey and they talk about if you want to see features added, I'll actually always type in the box, do not add a chat function. I want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! I do not want to talk to Yu-Gi-Oh! Players. And that's really how I feel a lot of the time. That's a phrase I've thought more than once, honestly. Like, I want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! But I do not want to talk to Yu-Gi-Oh! Players. Oh my god. It's like, yeah, it's why I don't do dueling book. Well, dueling book I also don't do because it's a manual sim, and that's abysmal. Having to call judges in a sim. Why would you ever want to do that? But, oh god. And not just scrubs, well known to people, toxic AF. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you think they're... Yeah, oh my god. Dude, don't even get... Oh my god, don't get me started on Reddit. It's like... It's a shit show. Oh, we're in an ad break. Oh, whatever. I'm about to end the stream soon anyway, so... I've seen a few of the messages people have shared on Reddit. Yikes. Well, the other thing, too, about the Reddit is that... Oh my god. Whenever somebody makes a post on the subreddit about the state of nicknames in Master Duel, that... God, don't look at the comments section. Don't do that. Don't do it. You'll lose so much faith in humanity. Yeah, I was just telling people during the ad break there that the Reddit community is so bad. Like whenever if you ever see a post where somebody is complaining about slurs in usernames on the Master Duel subreddit, don't click the comments. If you want to maintain some sort of semblance of faith in humanity, don't click the comments of those threads. I genuinely advise you not to. Yeah. Yeah, and also, you know what? And this is something I've seen on other spaces besides r/Master Duel, right? But I've seen this argument there, and I've seen other people say that you cannot report for names, and that's what's shitty. You can only report people for slow play or cheating. Those are the only two things you can report people for. Instead, here's what Konami expects you to do instead. Konami has I'm gonna talk about this. This pisses me off so much. Konami has actually acknowledged this issue. Here's what they want you to do. They want you to go to submenu, game settings, duel, scroll down here, audience/replays, scroll all the way down here, display username, hide. They want you to hide literally everybody's username. That is their solution if you don't like seeing names like that. Are you fucking kidding me? How lazy, half-assed do you have to be? Come on. Like, ugh. And yeah, they have all these yeah, exactly. They have all these really dumb things that they take out of usernames, but you're never going to be able to, like, you're never going to be able to guess the way, like, people will find a new way to put a slur in their name. You're never going to be able to account for everything. But what I was going to say is people on r/Master Duel say this, and I've seen other people say this. When people talk about how, hey, slurs in online/video game usernames is a problem, and we should talk about it. You'll always get this crowd that's like, Oh, pff, you think that's bad? You wouldn't have survived on Call of Duty Xbox Live in 2008 with the shit people were saying there, and you think this is bad. And whenever people say that, I'm just like, why do you wear that with a badge of honor? You take pride in the fact that you spent hundreds of hours having 13-year-olds call you slurs? Like, that's something you're proud of? Why? Why do you want that? Why is that something you actively want to have? Like, I don't understand it. It's, you know what it is? Well, I don't think it is actually this. It might be for some people, but I don't think most people think about it even this much. It's like this, like, boomer mentality when like, old people complain about how convenient things are nowadays. What they're really saying is, it sucked for me, but it doesn't suck for you, and that's not fair. I want it to suck for you, too. Because people tend to really be that spiteful, unfortunately. Like, I mean, that's what I think whenever I hear boomers complain, like, oh, you have it so easy nowadays. And it's like, yeah, it's pretty great. Do you not want me to have it this way? Like, exactly. I had it shit, and so should you. Yeah, but... Oh my god, we ended on like something very far, not very far, but we ended something far off from playing Master Duel, which was being upset about it. Which is not something I usually do on stream, but like, you know, whatever. Well, we're not really upset with Master Duel, we're upset with Master Duel players. Again, we like playing Yu-Gi-Oh! We do not always enjoy talking to Yu-Gi-Oh! Players, but... Hex has gone off. I don't know what it is. This last week, I've just been feeling it more. I think Twitch is getting to me. I'm starting to understand why streamers act the way they do now. It does something to your brain that makes you have hotter takes and spit more facts. Oh, Hex is gone rogue. That's good. Okay, thanks so much, everybody, for hanging out. Thanks to the ridiculous amount of people who actually sat through an hour of me rambling about a dumb ban list and dumb players. That's phenomenal, and far more than I deserve. Thank you all so much. I really had a good time here. Can I have VODs, by the way? VOD channel is coming very soon. I have it set up. I have videos uploaded on it. I just need to finalize a few things, and VOD channel is happening, like, I don't know if it'll happen this week. It'll happen very shortly after the MCS, because I'm focusing on that too. The VOD for today will go up though. I didn't put up the viewer duel VOD because it got interrupted, and I don't like putting up VODs when the stream gets interrupted. It's disjointed and it's like janky, and like I don't know, I like it, but this VOD will go up, assuming I remember to, like, right after the stream is over. But, VOD YouTube channel is coming soon. Very soon. I just want to focus on this last MCS week first, and then we'll put it out. So, thank you, everybody. Oh, my goodness. Let me go ahead and find somebody to raid. Let's see, who's on right now? Workalos is on right now. She's even playing Master Duel. Let's go say hi. Let's go see what's up. What's she playing right now? Looks like Pearly. Alright, thanks everybody for coming by. Peace.